digitally in some way.
No, according to that was
No.
It was not digital?
they
No.
No CGI, nothing?
The newer stuff, maybe.
You know what? It was probably they probably weren't capable of doing it digitally back then like that.
Yeah, not with the
What year?
characters looking the way they did. It's like, guys, we could make for a better looking
Because that
dog,
was
but
what late
Oh,
'90s,
they're here. That's it.
Yeah.
early 2000s, maybe.
yeah, about that time.
Oh, thank you. I have things.
Welcome everyone joining us. We are discussing the complications of attempting to draw the clues from Blue's Clues.
This is a very in-depth conversation.
From the original.
Blues can do what we
we
can.
can too.
Should Fenrir still have this? Or have you taken it back from him?
No, you still got it.
Oh,
Like, I've been listening to the Talkville podcast.
Great podcast.
Yes, it is, and there's a lot of stuff there that's practical effects because special effects at the time
yeah.
weren't.
They wouldn't get to what the vision was.
But then eventually, like, how long did it run? Like almost 15 years?
10 years.
10 years?
It's like 12 seasons, I think.
10.
10 seasons, yeah.
Like, there's a lot of
2001 to
development
2011.
Yes,
in
yeah.
special effects within that time span.
Yeah. There was so many metal poles that were just repainted swimming tubes that you just
Yeah, but they ran from 2001 to 2011 because the year after that, Arrow started.
yeah.
You never did send me the notes that will be back on the back of that.
That was weird.
Which
We
is why,
discussed them at
which
the
is,
end of it.
which
I
is
forgot
why
to tell
I
you
did
about
not watch Arrow for the first 2 years. 'Cause I was
Alright.
Shoot me a message
I
for what notes
like
you
Justin
need.
Hartley.
Somebody talk
I was like,
let's
I
just make
love
sure I can be
Justin
seen where
Hartley.
Derek's from.
Why are you doing a new one? Why not just continue? This is horrible. And
Right.
then I love the Arrowverse.
I
Or, we could just look at the computer over there.
No, you didn't.
Oh, good. Lovely.
Who said that?
Here you go.
I think both of them, like,
Thank
You
you.
can take
I
a
didn't
picture.
start
Or you
watching
can look at
I'm
the
gonna look
laptop
at
over
camera.
there, yeah.
Smallville until probably 2007, 2008.
Did you ever watch any of the Arrowverse?
Now hold on for a ride.
Did
I
you
watched,
get,
I watched
did you
all
get
of
to the
Arrow.
Crisis?
Huh?
And I
Did you get to the Crisis on Infinite Earth?
Yes. Yeah, I remember watching
high.
all of Arrow.
Going high.
Don't ask me anything super specific.
I'm just saying when they went to Smallville
That's fine.
and you saw Tom
Oh,
Welling,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
It
do
was.
not remember that.
yeah, I was like,
I'll be
Well,
honest.
now, was
I
that
was like, is that Tom Welling?
I'll be honest. I never watched Smallville. I got into Arrow, watched the set up to the second before Barry became Flash.
So up to
It
the
was
first
like-
2 seasons.
The first 2 seasons, I think I saw the first, maybe the second episode of the third season, and that's about it. Because just all kinds of
This is
stuff.
fun. I can go over here in a little
My
bit.
parents are still making their way because I gave them an entire printout.
Yeah, I
of the-
remember.
of the
I still
watch
have to
order.
send you my email
It's
so
like-
you could shoot that
It
to me.
was like, okay, so Supergirl, then here.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're still making their way,
It's-
and
it's just-
they're all in.
it's so much to keep up with.
Yeah.
All right.
Is
So
the
much.
2d4 plus dex
But it's
mod
worth.
the damage?
But man, it's worth it. Like when it. Like I told.
If
Like
it's
because they're
two-handed.
into some shows and not into others. Like
Right.
they're not
Yeah,
really into
two-handed,
Black
yeah, it's
Lightning.
the
But
2d4
and
plus
I'm
the dex
like,
mod.
I think it's-
I'm
yeah.
like, just get. I'm like,
No.
I'm like, if you don't want to watch it, I'm not gonna force
'Cause
it.
it's like 1d8.
But whenever he shows
no, I
up,
think it should be
Yeah,
one
It's
d
his helmet
it's
with Falcon.
worth it because
Yeah.
because you know that character.
as
You've had those
one-handed or
experiences.
2d4
I
as
actually really
two-handed.
liked it. They
Yes.
discontinued
Okay.
it, didn't they?
That's
Cancel
what
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just used as a
They all the shows are now canceled.
Real quick for
except
you,
for Sopranos.
your weapon. Yes, your weapon. What's the base item on right now?
Of what weapons I have?
No, the gambler not the gambler's blade.
The bow.
Your sword.
Oh yeah, the High Roller's blade.
The High Roller's blade. What weapon is it currently based on? The enchantment's put on. What is it?
Longsword, wasn't it?
You
You
or
changed it.
I think
Yeah,
you
it
did
was like
short sword or
Yeah, I think it
long
was a short sword,
Because
but
it's
like I can
halfling.
use a.
sword. Would that just be a regular sword?
Man, I've slept since then.
Well,
Is it
no,
half-
because I
would
was
that
going to
just be
say
a
while
regular
you're in the Feywild, that will be moved on to a iron bark sword, so you can use your dex to go off of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we, like, just because of rule of cool, we had agreed for my
Yeah.
whenever I had to be Dex, but for story
Yeah.
and everything.
Now it is actually iron bark.
Iron bar.
Yeah.
I went to an
Iron
iron
bar's
bar
really
one
cool.
time.
Iron. Yeah.
I
Anyway.
completely blacked out.
So,
I I don't have.
Eric, you're frozen the way again. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's that time for another session of Moffat's Losing His Mind, otherwise known as
Look,
The
if anybody
Legends.
ever says drop the curtain, I'm just leaning
The
forward.
Legends of Fate-Terra, Adventures of the Natural Ones. So a few announcements for the evening. First off, welcome back to our dear halfling ranger, Kieran, aka Seth.
Yeah, I am Kieran. It's a Batman Bruce Wayne situation.
Wait, Batman's Bruce Wayne?
No, Bruce Wayne's
What?
Batman.
Why would you ruin that for me?
Sorry.
Bruce
Spoilers.
Whatever. That's the best answer. Who's Bruce Wayne?
I was about to say, who's Batman?
It's the
What's
Barry
going on here?
Allen
Prepare with
situation.
Glad to have him back.
This
The
is-
amazing run on Beauty and the Beast, which I went and saw with my girlfriend. It was fantastic. Trust me, there was no role greater for you, Seth,
Then the cheese grater.
than the cheese grater. It was a lot of fun. She even mentioned the energy in your just facial expressions you brought was just like she loved you. You were easy to spot in any of your numbers.
Hey, if you're gonna pay me, I'm gonna earn my paycheck.
Wait, you're gonna get paid to do that?
Yeah.
Folks, I'd like to renounce my bid as no, I'm not.
Did you work out for the role? Because Moffat said you were pretty shredded.
Where's my gun?
So yeah, glad to that's our blasting. So glad to have Seth back with us.
Players.
Cannot wait to bring Kieran back in and have him regale the party with his own hijinks where he's been.
It's been wacky.
But first, the other announcements. My podcast, Pim Advantage. The next episode will be up this Thursday, I believe, and I believe this it. It should be this past episode we just recorded today. We discussed boundaries, not in just within the game itself, but where to draw the line between fantasy and reality. When a relationship's okay in game, you don't bring them outside of the game. That kind of stuff. Set and maintain your boundaries. It's a great episode. Myself, James here at the Hive, Elder Finn, Night Rain, an amazing episode. A lot of jokes were made. At one point, a can farted. It was great. Yeah, you'll see, and it's funny. Anyway,
Exciting.
So as
How am I
always,
going to see? I thought it was a podcast.
We'll hear.
thank you very much for so yeah, look forward to that coming out this week.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Also, speaking of Elder Fenris, be sure to catch up with the Adventures of Stigande, Scars of Midgard on Twitch and also on VOD on YouTube. As I believe, I didn't have a chance to watch all of it, but I caught about the first half, and things were getting sporty. And me and Beck play in a kind of an offshoot game of that, where things have repercussions across the games. And the look Beck is giving me is like, oh, shit's going down. What did Agnar? No, that's fine. So again, go check out Stigande, Scars of Midgard. Also, they have some amazing merch. I have a few pieces as well at the hiveandmacomb.com, the Tumblr, that kind of stuff. I have a T-shirt I'm going to get designed of. I've got 4 HP and a can-do attitude. He's not even listening to me. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of great stuff coming. But yeah, go check out the Hive and Macomb. This amazing the Rimble roleplay room you see around me. They let us have our shenanigans here. If you let me start that over. The amazing rentable roleplay room you see around me, provided by the folks here at the Hive. They have maps, miniatures. They provide a store dungeon master. If you don't want to pay for the room, they've got plenty of table space. It's just a great place to come hang out. They do D&D, obviously, other tabletop role-playing games, Digimon, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering. They're getting into Vanguard now. This community is growing. They're such a wonderful and welcoming place. So, as always, thanks to the guys here at the Hive for putting up with me and my chicanery and letting me have my show here. Thank you guys so much. And also a special thank you to Pocket Bard. The amazing audio tracks and soundtracks, as for some reason my laptop keeps disconnecting from my TikTok. The amazing individuals that put up great, wonderful sound effects that we use all the time here, great ambiance music. Just wonderful, wonderful app. Go check it out on Apple Play Store. On Apple Play and the Google Play Store. Pocket Bard, their base fantasy is up now. They've got so much more coming down the line. So yeah, thank you guys so very, very much at Pocket Bard. Have I forgotten anything? Hopefully we will be joined this evening by I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything after the
Okay.
maybe.
So hopefully our dear friend Grim will show up. As last week neither him nor Finreal were here, but they were here in spirit. Anyone else have any announcements? It's always me talking. Anybody else have any announcements?
You want to start up the Fleet Street Geeks?
No. If we do any Fleet Street Geek things, it won't be for a bit. I may start. I know Jeff's been streaming every week, doing different things. I'm thinking about doing my own thing on days where I do have free time, like Wednesdays and the weekends. I'm thinking about doing The Witcher. Witcher 3, only because Witcher Season 3 is about to happen.
That's fair.
So
might as well shill for it. Yeah.
yeah, why not? We're already gonna be searching for that.
Oh, thank you, Lone Star. Lone Star, the audio version of this podcast will be up on Wednesdays, put up by the amazing Chaos Media. Also, Lone Star Custom Dice, great dice over there. I've got to set some time aside to order some dice from him. They look amazing. But yeah, so Chaos Media, Lone Star Custom Dice. Go check them out on TikTok, on Facebook. Great product, wonderful individual, and thank you so much for just interacting and taking care of the audio version of the game for me. So with that, as I also realized, I don't have any music going. So for those of you who have questions, wait until about 8 o'clock. We'll take questions. So with that, we now. Oh. This is weird.
If he shows up, it's what he asked for.
We need several other items to put into a circle, and then
I
we
mean,
can summon.
I brought the initial summoning item.
Let's see, some D&D dice or like a D20.
Do you have a playbill in your car?
Huh?
A playbill in your car.
So,
I do.
Alright, what else do we need?
wait, what are we doing?
Summoning
summoning
Jeff.
Is
Jeff.
this the 9 pieces of 8?
So a green monster, a D20. He said
Dinosaur
a
miniature.
playbill,
Dinosaur miniature.
and then a dinosaur.
Grab the teeth. Grab the Rex.
Dino
The
DNA.
cartoon drawn one,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, the little guy.
So, as weird as it's weird energy night.
Honestly,
folks, bear
these
with
three
us.
things are what I
That's
most
a
associate with
sap.
Jeff. Okay, and then
Yes, it is.
It's a
Yes, it
I swear
is.
to God, if you walk through that door, I probably shit myself.
All right. So
Someone say
with
magic
that,
word.
hey,
Who's got a pocket knife?
not on me.
Actually,
Not on
no,
screen,
that's,
but-
something broken. I stabbed myself with glass yesterday, so this is still.
Wasn't
I mean,
meant to
I'm
be.
wearing a
Still
Hawaiian
open.
shirt. Should I go sit over there?
No, you got to throw the shirt into the circle.
I don't think
You,
any
you
of us
asked a
want.
question.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Never mind.
There we go.
Why would you? Why would you do this?
All right. So focus up, everybody. Sorry, folks. Weird energy tonight. We do have no one on the couch over there. No, we have somebody sitting with us this evening. A fellow lover of Dungeons and Dragons. Let me get back into it. You haven't played since what was it? I said 3.5.
3.5, I was 15 years old.
Oh, wow. We had a discussion today of the dreaded word known as
If you know, you know.
Problem is, nobody
order me
knows.
some Taco Bell.
now you had to have
You're not wrong.
you had to have a shot. All right. So with that, a quick round of introductions before we jump into a quick recap and then into a very thrilling.
I'm ready to blow something up. We've,
All right.
we've spent 8 sessions playing 24-hour period.
You stay in.
planning.
So not that much has changed.
So,
Still wants to blow things up.
With that, we will start with Mr. Cool Man himself over here on my left. Either one. We'll pick
I
your
am Ricky. I'm playing Finnegan Tenderfoot, the Halfling Wizard Rogue.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Nathaniel Lassant, the human warlock rogue.
I'm Dan. I'm playing Rikara Karis, The Gem Dragonborn Paladin of Hope.
There you go.
Almost.
Have to recheck every time.
Hi, I'm Seth. I'm playing Kieran Steadybrook, the Halfling Ranger Fighter.
How long did it take you to get back into the voice?
Huh?
How long did it take you to get back into
I'm
the
always speaking like this.
voice? Yeah,
It's
fair
a nice
enough.
Irish
Please.
robe.
What are you talking
Just
about?
very light.
Just driving about.
I am Derek. I am playing Sondra Nalo, our Drow cleric, rogue.
I'm Beck, and I am playing Finreal Neferin, our half-elf ranger.
And I am Kenneth, aka Southern D&D. I'm Southern GM. Forgive me, the Southern GM.
Who are you?
It's weird. Wow. And I am the Dungeon Master, Teller of Tales, Bringer of Stories, and the Avatar of Death this evening. As when we last left our heroes, after another day of planning of in-depth lore discussion, actually, something happened before that. About 3 days ago, when they arrived on the snow-driven peaks of Kurlat, as they were preparing to venture downward, a strange occurrence as the ley lines seemed to be ripped from their natural flows. Many of the spellcasters going down, including our dear friend Kieran, appearing unconscious.
I'm your conscience.
As the wizard Finnegan attempted to resurrect him and bring him back to reestablish his connection to the flow of magic in the world, something went awry.
He fucked up.
Mostly the fact that I don't have resurrection.
Yeah. And as Kieran's eyes shot open, he managed to let out a simple, "What?" before being pulled away. No remnant, no remaining part of Kieran Steadybrook, which led our dear cleric to just grab the halfling and what did you do?
Good night, everybody.
Kieran has been having his own adventures, elsewhere and elsewhen. And tonight when he returns, he will be able to give you a small synopsis of that. As even with him returning, wheels within wheels are turning and plans and things are happening. But within the Fort Korvost in the north of Kurlat, the natural ones for the past few days have been gearing up and prepping for a massive attack against the orc raiding party that has held Iron Crag City. The ancient prison structure within the Iron Crag crater. Our dear cleric taking a walkabout, heading to the Iron Crag, seeing some of the local wildlife, which was not very friendly, realizing what it takes to keep these creatures at bay, that large sonic orb resonating as you moved up through the almost a dungeon, the basement of the tavern into the actual city itself, the foundations. You saw that the food has begun to become very scarce. It looks like it even resorting to cannibalism in some of the orcs' case. You were trying to gather more information when you saw a figure being led away by an entourage of orcs, and you recognized them to be a deep orc, the orcs that live in the Underdark. As these orcs led them into a prison cell, letting it be known that he does see you. A conversation in which you, using thieves' cant to this individual's verbal responses, learned that while yes, the Arcanist had some sway of what was happening, in fact, it has been the Arcanist who has also been double-crossed. And that perhaps this enemy that you once thought you had is willing to forego certain animosities to have his own machinations fulfilled. Meanwhile,
Back at the ranch.
Finreal, having returned at the head of a massive army, I say massive, few hundred elves, you and Grim running off to re-engage in each other's company. An amazing fireside chat, which again, points of inspiration for you and Grim for that. Bravo, well done. But I think the big high point of the evening was our dear Paladin, newly minted Paladin, moving to the stables, calling forth this beautiful crystal dragonel as a steed to ride into battle. Realizing that this may be a moment when everything needs to be brought to bear, when all of your might and power need be swayed. Reaching in and finally looking at the face of the card you had pulled from the deck of many things. And as they say, fate is a cruel mistress. For one who had literally and metaphorically cast off an old man, put your old life to death, your old destiny to death, as it were. The card you saw before you was, in fact, the death card. And as you stood staring at it, you felt shadows and vapors swirl around you as a figure began to coalesce. As we jump into the story, we focus not on you right now, but on Sorndrin, walking back across the icy tundra-like ground toward the fort, maybe a half a mile or so away at this point.
At least ethereal, it's not cold.
When you're suddenly ripped back into the prime plane, driven to your knees as you realize an avatar not of Mormoncar, but of the primordial aspect that he represents. Not the act of, not the shuffling off the mortal coil, but the actual act of dying has been called into this world, and you must bear witness to it. Roll me a charisma saving throw. What you got? A natural one.
That's the one. Hey!
As a member of the Septuum, the seven clerics, the seven followers of Mormoncar, you feel a path open before you. And as you take a single step, you're suddenly standing in the stables of Fort Corvus. All around you, shadow wisps moving and coalescing. As Rikara, the shadows seem to darken and flare up. And now you see Sorndrin standing there, his face very impassive, his arms at his side, almost as if a guardian standing guard before a gate. Montel. Mori flares to life in your hand, igniting in silver fire. Roll me a charisma saving throw.
Okay. 17.
17. You manage to keep your wit about you, as your connection to Mormoncar is through this arcane item, this ancient weapon. So not a direct line from the god himself, but part of his power. You're able to maintain some focus and able to resist the call, but you still feel this massive tug. You're not pulled there against your will, but you are being beckoned to come somewhere. And that call you can feel is coming from beneath you, because you were on top of one of the towers.
No, I was going towards the Elven camp.
The Elven camp, that's what I see it. So the call from your direction, because they moved, coming to your, just to the, back toward the northeast of you, back toward the stables. And as you turn, the vision given you by your warlock power grants, you see wisps of blackness slowly rising. And instantly you realize that all is not right here, and you should go there.
I start running.
It's like moments as you step and you're through the door, and you are also on the opposite side of this massive flow of shadow, of wind, of darkness. Before, as the shadows coalesce, Rikara, you see a figure forming. A shadowy veil, long flowing robes. This figure standing there, you who have seen death, you who walk with agents of death. This is not the peaceful passing of an old man in his sleep. This is not a warrior dying on a field in a great moment of heroism. This is the black oblivion. This is the death that comes for everything. What are you feeling? What do you, as you look upon it, what are your senses telling you?
I am confused because all that's happened up to this point just feels like it's not time.
Roll me a wisdom save.
27.
As you ask those questions, there is almost an answer that comes from it. Not verbally, though you know you hear it, and from the reactions of your fellows here, they also hear it. Even as, strange enough, even as Montel appears, normally you treat his arrival in these situations with apprehension. But in his hand, the silver glowing sword of Mori brings you a bit of, it's almost like you feel like you're in a scale, standing between left and right, good, evil, light, darkness, despair, and hope. As you stand between these 2 points, the figure, almost as though responding to your thoughts, you cannot simply cast off, as that is nowhere near.
That's a very happy day.
Very happy.
So, The Natural One, directed by Wes Anderson. Avatar.
Oh, okay, so yeah. As the figure stands there, it begins to speak. You cannot simply end one destiny and not expect there to be consequences. Rakara, you may not like what I once was, but I once was you. As the figure moves to the shadow, no longer wearing the robes, the veil is all gone. There stands before you an emerald dragonborn, its scales faded, as if forgotten, a dark, dull green color. A sword in one hand, a shield in the other. As your face traces up, its eyes, deep black pools of darkness. Its horn broken and shattered. You will not forget me.
I will never forget the past. The past makes us all. The past is what grounds us, what drives us forward.
Give me an insight check. With advantage, because you made the first wisdom save.
Slightly better. Let me check the
Okay.
stats. That's only a 12.
12. There is a familiarity to this look on its face, even though the eyes veiled in darkness, just deep black pools. There is a sense of despair, a despair that you knew as a young child growing up in your darkest moments. And in that moment, you realize that this is not the literal you. This is that despair you chose to throw off. That despair you chose to separate yourself from. This is the despair of Ziamora Karjan, when you became Rakara Karis. That last moment, the name change, fully separating yourself and your destiny from the despair that had driven you as a child. This is what this thing is. And you realize how powerful of an enemy this is. Now we roll for initiatives. You also have advantage because of the wisdom save. As I will need charisma checks from our 2 guardians. Does not want to get us some miniatures.
I had to check your new last name spelling because I was supposed to be like, hey, we're brothers.
Oh, no.
I just saw it.
Here, this is
I was gonna say-
K-A-R-A-S.
I wanted to make sure I said it in front of him because they can't be taken the wrong way. At least I know if Sondrin dies, Ricard's next pet will name Drin.
Wow.
Did you read the first sub that I put down?
I've got a chance
As to why he named his
So,
steed what he did.
Amazing. Amazing.
Also, how dare you disrespect disrespect.
Rin, Lin, and Drin.
Which one is the real Riccara?
Would the real Riccara please stand up?
They're both already standing.
The
So-
real Riccara has his back turned.
Just for kicks. Put her back here for
All right. Yeah. By the way, this record has his back turned. He's facing this way now.
Was that a? Did you want a check or a save?
This is a check.
Okay.
Okay.
We don't like tunes.
All right.
Check, save, doesn't matter. Same thing
It's
to
like a
me.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
It
Cartoon
does
World.
matter. For
It's
me.
like you from Roger Rabbit.
There we go.
Or your
Matters
Looney Tunes
by
back in
5
action.
points.
Where's Brendan Fraser?
Pocket board had updated, and I hadn't got the update. That's what it
So
is.
it's still working on
Yes.
this.
All right. Riccara. So I pull up this character sheet.
Don't kill my brother.
Give me your initiative, sir.
18.
18.
There we go. Wait a minute, what the fuck?
-1.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. He's a paladin in heavy
he's
armor.
like 18. I'm like, awesome.
Wait,
it says
what?
19.
All right.
Yeah, I guess you do get. You get -1 to your dex because of the heavy armor.
Yep.
Because of the deck.
No, because
My
he's a
dex-
paladin. He don't dex.
My dex is 9.
He don't dex.
All right. You said an 18.
18.
Don't dex and drive, kids.
The Avatar got a 12. All right, Riccara. You're up first.
Is the old Riccara the other Riccara a sorcerer, or is he a paladin sorcerer?
We'll find out.
Divine Soul Sorcerer.
Divine Soul Sorcerer.
Titles. Quick! Stab him while he's telling his titles.
Samurai Fighter.
He's having a stroke.
All right, Riccara, what you doing?
This feels threatening. Or okay. I'm gonna pull out the Dragonbone Axe,
Okay.
one hand, and bonus action
Sort of
cast.
cannibalistic or something.
Where to go? Spirit Shroud.
Spirit Shroud. Okay.
And I imagine, for emphasis, it'll be like fallen Dragonborn companions he had of the past life.
As you cast Spirit Shroud, Rin leaping from your back, sort of swirling around you. In her wake, the shadow is now becoming the silvery gray light, and you see members of your former legion rise with you, standing with you against the former despair of you. Roll me another insight check.
I remember these skills one of these days. That's a 20.
20. The moment that they appear, you see Ziamora recognize. And there's that look of, you were my friends, not his. We died together. How could you?
And then I will rush forward and attack.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 25. I'll say you got 30, we'll get right to it.
First swing. A 12 probably doesn't hit.
What was it?
12.
12. As you swing the axe around, for a moment it looks as though it's going to find purchase. And then, almost as if he desolidifies, and when he solidifies, the shadows, the shield is right there blocking you. Just bang! I was the warrior, not you!
What did you roll?
2.
Does
Anything
the
else?
axe not give you any bonus?
No.
Anything else, Ricardo?
That's one tap. Yes, you were a warrior. And you fell. Second tap. 15.
Hang on.
Is that cutting words?
That's not going to do it. Roll with advantage. You got to him.
15.
Same thing. He kind of ducks down the sword, boom, kind of parrying off your axe as he stares at you. You won't be rid of me that easily. As he positions himself to make his attacks. Finnegan, will you please confirm what I just rolled?
Yeah, it's a natural 20.
No, it's not. It's a natural one. Ricardo, say when.
Win.
Oh God.
Yes.
Holding shield, make a strength
Wow.
save on failed. 1d6 AC loss. Okay. Has a +3 strength. 10 plus 3 is a 13. Roll me a d6.
Box. 4.
His AC is now a 16.
You now have a number. Shoot.
That first attack goes wide. So he's just staring. No, I am better than you. I am better. I was there for her. How could you let her die? As he makes his second attack. That's a leaner. That is a. Oh, I apologize. His attacks don't have to roll to hit.
Yeah.
He swings. Those are going to be 7 points of slashing damage and 4 points of necrotic damage.
So 12.
12.
So the first attack doesn't, the AC thing doesn't.
Correct.
work.
Just going to say the first, yeah. So yeah, his AC is back to normal.
Yeah.
Well, at least you know what you gotta hit.
Yeah.
At least we know one of those cards exists.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw, by the way.
Let's not skip that.
26.
26. You're fine. Your turn. So you want to roll for his damage. I'm just going to take the average. There's no fun in that.
So, here's a quick question. We're stuck witnessing it. We can't interfere, correct?
Correct.
Can I try and talk to Ricard through the ring? Is that considered interference?
That is not.
So you're going to hear in your head, the Arcanist is involved. What he wants is under that city. If you want to fuck him over, you cannot end here. He's just trying to motivate him without, like,
Okay.
actually interfering.
Yeah.
Mickey loves ya.
Looking at this thing, hearing the words.
Actually, Sondrin and Montel, go ahead and roll me initiatives. Get it rolled into this. That way you guys can have action.
Do you want us to keep in mind what we rolled for those charisma checks?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll say you the failed roll disadvantage there.
Wait, which, the initiative roll?
Initiative roll.
Well, then I just rolled regularly.
Okay.
Because it gets
Because
Yeah,
I give myself advantage every time. Alright, so that would be...
What'd you get, Montel?
22.
2. Sondrin?
17.
17. Okay, so Montel, you will act first, then Rikara, then Sondrin, and then the Avatar. So, Montel. You know he's locked in place. He is a guardian at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You have some leeway. Whether it's because of your pack being the first of its kind, whether it's because not even the gods can contain you, you're not sure. But you know, as long as you don't directly interfere, you may have some leeway in what's going on.
As long as they don't directly interfere. I'm just gonna move right here.
Okay.
And that's just gonna be my turn.
Okay. Rikara, you're up.
Got the axe and pull it back. You did everything you could. You were only a hatchling. Swing.
Roll with advantage on your attack. As you say that, his eyes widen. Like words he has longed to hear.
Oh, 26.
Hits. Roll damage. Oh, by the way, Ricardo, what is your maximum HP?
146.
Thank you.
That is 12, I guess, regular damage,
Okay.
slashing,
Yeah.
8 force damage, and then 2 radiant damage. Oh, and then Spirit Shroud. How does Spirit Shroud work?
An extra D8, and his movement is reduced by 10, if I remember right.
He has incorporeal movement. His movement cannot be slowed or affected.
When you hit a creature.
Extra D8, and you do choose the damage of the cold radiant necrotic.
And that's 7 radiant.
Okay.
7 more radiant.
All right. Second attack.
Second attack. 28.
Hits. That look of shock at hearing you say those words, like you literally see his guard drop, and then you just
10 slashing, 4 force, and 6 radiant.
okay. You don't want to smite?
I'm holding off
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
Meanwhile, elsewhere, so you take the back one here, and this is how you make
I was going to say, ask how much attention we are gaining, especially with this thing yelling.
All right. Well, at the end of this rotation, I was going to have some things happen.
Finnegan's teaching a hatchling basically how to do magic. So.
Yeah.
Finn and Grim are in an alleyway right nearby.
We don't need to know.
We don't even know.
Anything else?
Outside of that?
That's it.
Sorandra, roll me a charisma saving throw.
It's 10.
You still feel that call to watch, to maintain. All right, the Avatar's turn. See that those 2 hits kind of staggering him as he's. No, I am strong. I could have stopped it. If you had been stronger, Karen wouldn't have died. As he takes a swing at you,
We do a trauma dump today.
taking
Hope everybody was
5 points of
prepared.
slashing and 8 points of necrotic.
Math.
13 total. Now, at the start of the round, Finnegan.
Hey, concentration on the
Oh, yeah, the
Spirit Shroud.
Spirit Shroud. Finnegan.
So
Roll
I
me
have to
perception.
make a 10.
14 plus.
This is going to go
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
You're good.
With advantage.
Oh.
Because as we said, you're basically walking around with your sunglasses on this entire
Okay,
time.
so I get to reroll that.
Yep. Halfling luck.
Don't get to reroll that, but I do have advantage. 14.
14. You're teaching this halfling various like illusions and magics, actual like magic, that kind of thing. As you finish walking out with your new spells written down, there's something raises the hair on the back of your head. As you kind of look up and around, your eyes glance over the stables. The substance known as Vanta Black. You know what that is?
Yeah.
It's the purest, deepest blood.
It's literally something that light cannot bounce off or penetrate.
Okay.
As you're looking around through your lenses, you see like normal, everyday, the ambient magic, and where that stable is just a void.
is the closest thing we have to an Acme hole
Yeah.
in real life.
There is just a
Damn
void
glasses.
where over that where that stable is. No one else around seems to notice it. They're moving about. A few of them almost like kind of like walking toward it and then just kind of stop and move away from it just casually. You get a sense that something is redirecting them away. But there is a connection that as you look at, your lenses can't process what they're seeing, but they know there's something there. And so it does the only thing it can and puts nothing.
Well, obviously, I have to go investigate.
So your round will be getting to there. Roll initiative to go into it in the next go through. Montel.
$20.
20. So you will go between Kara and Montel.
Nathaniel just says casually, you weren't the one who was weak when Kieran died.
I want you to roll me either persuasion or performance. Don't tell me which one. I just want the result.
19.
19. Stop. Montel. We have to save him. We can still save him. He's not dead. We can save him, Montel. You'll have advantage in your attack, Picard. Your turn, by the way.
We know our strength. Our strength comes from our companions. And we did save him. Bonus action,
Oh,
staggering smite.
all right. Say con save.
I have to hit it first.
But yeah. You're a paladin. It's gonna hit.
Because I have the on stone, that's
He's
two.
got
Yeah.
both concentrations.
Yep.
You said advantage?
You have advantage because he has turned away from you at Montel's voice.
Dang, so close. 29.
Hits. Sick, please.
Alright, so, other. 1 slashing, 3 force. And then the radiant from Spirit Shroud and improved divine strength. 4 divine.
Okay.
And then this.
4d6 psychic.
The
And a
target.
wisdom save.
The target needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom 7. That is a total of a 22.
Makes it.
Makes it.
Classic.
But that's the great thing about
10.
smite. It doesn't half the damage from the smite. It
10.
just keeps him from having problems.
14 psychic.
14 psychic. Nice.
Oh, we know where we're sitting.
Anything else, Ricardo?
That was my first attack.
First attack.
And then second attack, regular.
Yeah.
Okay. 12.
That first hit catches him off guard as your second attack comes around. It's like, no! It hits the shield. Sorndrin, you're up. Roll me another charisma save.
That's an 8. We're working our way up,
You feel
but I feel
How
like
close is he to him?
Oh, yeah, that's well, it had to be
No.
10 feet.
I am not within 10 feet.
this level's 10 feet. Yeah, he's far enough.
Yeah.
Even,
Wait,
even I'm outside of 10 feet.
read the scale for me.
It's not a fear effect, is it?
Read the
But I think is it just for saves against fear?
Fear, yeah.
Okay, that's what I want to make sure of. But okay. But yeah, no. This feels thematically appropriate. He ain't moving.
Okay. The Avatar's turn. So he kind of staggers back. betray your own men. You turned your back on them. On him. He only ever wanted us to fulfill our potential! He swings at you. Taking 6 points of slashing and 4 points of necrotic.
Damn. What did you do to make that man so mad?
Man, I want you to think about it. Who is your own worst enemy?
It's myself.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just because I hate myself.
Back to the top of the round.
I'm like that guy needs to go.
Montel.
Nathaniel just keeps walking.
Let me ask this: how close are you within him right now?
I would be 10 feet away from the avatar.
Roll me a charisma saving throw.
16?
16. You were pushed back 15 feet. Some force not allowing you to get that close to him right now.
Okay.
By the way, that force seems to you actually feel the energy flow out of Soren. Like Soren's almost like you're against your will. Your arm kind of comes up and just pushes him back.
Love it.
Nathaniel just says, "Look at the strength that you have gained."
Again, either performance or persuasion.
Natural 20 for 28.
If your next hit hits, it crits. As he turns and he stares at you. Montel, I'm sorry. Finnegan, it's at this moment where your hand reaches the door, and as you go to grab it, you fall through. If you'll grab Finnegan's miniature, please, Montel. It's like you just kind of stumble through smoke.
I was wondering if Montel
Right here.
flew out of the thing, like Finnegan's walking over and just sees.
No. So you currently appear here, Finnegan.
Hey, Montel. Hey.
It's just all around here is just smoke and shadow moving and swirling.
Okay.
Like you have to pick the glasses up. Like there's that much energy and magic flowing right now. What would you like to do, sir? You do see two Rakaras going at each other.
Which was the real one?
Doesn't matter. Fireball.
Counterspell.
I was gonna say if he didn't do it, I was gonna reaction jump in front of it and slap it back.
Your
I'm not actually.
Yeah.
Fireball.
Okay.
We're making sure.
fireball right there.
We never can know. Anyway, I just started blasting. But you'll hit one of the real ones. Okay.
And Nathaniel.
You're
Good.
3 fireballs.
I don't need more movement.
I was
I
already
mean,
doing
can I
it, buddy.
move closer?
Okay.
5 foot, right?
Yep.
You can move 30.
30 with the cards. You gave an extra feet.
Roll me a charisma saving throw.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a while.
It's
It's been a while.
I'm really good at these. I'm actually really bad at these, but
What'd you do?
You saw a butt.
I rolled a natural 20, and evidently it summons the chubby dragon from the movie.
Timber chat.
When
Timber
you
Chop!
roll a Natural 20. Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna have to keep playing with that now.
So I was like,
Sordrin, for a moment you hear something as he moves past. Stop him! Stop him! Another voice. You don't answer to them, Sordrin. This is not me. Give me time. Alright. Continue, Finnegan.
I on the real
Sorry, this is
Rakara
not him. Give me time.
will cast Fizbin's Platinum Shield.
Okay.
Is that interfering? I'm sorry.
With him, that was going to be my question.
Okay. Roll me.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
So
Roll me an Arcana check.
It's the real Ricard.
Because who are you throwing it on? Is my question. Who are you throwing it on?
the real Ricard.
How do you know which one's the real Ricard? Your magic eyes can't help you now.
One of them does have big empty voids for eyes.
And a broken horn.
And a broken
One looks like a dragonborn, the other one looks
I
like a
just
cartoon
summoned-
character.
Another
Let me
chubby
see.
dragon.
What the fuck?
Natural 20 for a 35.
Right
I'm so
now,
glad you.
there is an aura of force surrounding these two
Okay.
that you know your magic can't penetrate, but something is working against it.
Okay.
And you know that at a moment's notice, if this thing goes down, you can then react to it. So I'll let you hold that spell for the moment where that.
Hold your action until the thing goes away.
Oh, well,
Okay.
in that case.
Okay.
Because that spell's a bonus action.
Fair. Okay.
I will take. It's a necklace that I never gave back to Ricara.
Okay.
I never gave it back to you, correct?
Ooh. Okay.
Oh.
And the gem with the 9th level spell in it, spell slot,
Oh, God, this is good.
and we'll use those to channel the spell.
Which
Because-
necklace?
Huh?
Which necklace?
The
The-
topaz scale.
No, the necklace is the scale is gone. You said that when he did the ring thing. The scale has no use.
It is. He said he can use it as.
I can
as
use
a
it as a
focus.
spell casting focus.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Oh,
uses the
okay.
focus once per day to cast a spell.
It has not been a new day.
That's not that because that gem was made this morning.
Then I will use the gem
Okay. You
as
can
a 9th
cast.
level spell.
Okay. All right. Okay.
To try to force it through.
Okay. As you Finnegan Tenderfoot, you cast a 9th level fireball.
It's not a fireball.
Oh, sorry, not a fireball.
The assumption.
And cover.
It's so Brando.
There's not gonna be a natural ones for me to read.
You gotta see another comet coming from the sky.
Okay.
Dinosaur's like, this feels familiar.
All right.
Jesus.
Deja mustard.
Wait till your next turn to see what happens.
Oh,
All right.
Spicy meat.
Riccara, you're up.
Give me a minute to
Yeah.
kind of recollect what he said.
He only wanted the best for us.
I'm thinking of. Or I'm going off a potential thing.
Yeah.
You fulfilled your potential, Resi X. You killed a fucking here. Swing.
Make your attack with advantage. If it hits,
Auto
it
crit.
crits.
26.
Say one, Riccara.
Win.
Double damage. Make an attack of opportunity. Enemy within range.
And this is
Double
going to be
damage.
a lot of
Double
damage.
damage.
Double damage, all the dice.
Yep.
I will pump in a smite.
Okay.
One smite.
one?
What level?
First level.
What?
I'm new to this. Give me a minute. Give me
It's
a
a
minute.
matter of proportion, Mr. Wizard.
No.
Mister, I do a 9th level.
Axe damage
In a
is...
situation.
A 9th level spell that gains no benefit. from
I
being
don't
upcast.
know what's going on here. 9th
Oh,
level
I'm
spell.
completely forgetting his strength damage. 15 slashing.
Okay.
Getting 5 points each time.
Plus 7 force.
He's dead.
And then
He's exploded.
all the radiant damage is going to be. Is this thing considered undead, fiend?
It's technically undead.
So that's 2d8 addition
Mm-hmm.
on top of the 1d8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 8 plus 5 is
13.
13 plus 5, 18 additional radiant damage.
Rakara, as you slam the axe into this thing, it staggers before turning back around, falling to its knees. Its sword and shield audibly like clinging onto the stones before disappearing. It just looks up at you. I fell again. I fell. I was big. I can't help anyone. You watch as you literally see spectral tears fill these voids and start to fall.
I will drop my axe and reach out and kind of like try to touch it.
You go for its hand, you see it looking at you. Roll me a charisma check. Call it persuasion with advantage. Very proficient in it.
I'm sorry,
Persuasion.
I believe so.
Roll with advantage.
Uh, 20.
DC was 20. He just reaches out his hands and just grabs yours. Like you basically.
You did the best you could. You saved. I don't know how many. It's over.
I did good.
Just rest. Rest.
Did I make them proud?
Go ask her yourself.
Something massive, radiant energy slams through these shadows, striking Rakara, striking Ziamora in the chest, and then through into you. This warmth, radiant you feel, as Sondrin, whatever holding you, shatters. A voice. That was not the ending. He denotes the endings. Welcome a new beginning. As Ziamora just kind of smiles as he stands. Thank you, Rakara. I will tell her about you as he begins to slowly fade out. Shadows beginning to slowly dissipate. As what was feet, almost seemed like miles apart, you all now find yourself standing in the cramped stable. Rakara, at your feet is a weapon. Black ebony blade, black ebony wood forming a handle. This long curved blade, not at an angle of a normal sight, but straight up, like a lance or a pole arm. In the back of your mind you hear, for one who has conquered death, death bows to him. Retrieve your prize, sir. As the sound of a walking stick slowly dissipates.
I reached down and pick it up.
I have to dig the card out. This is Keratos, the Scythe of Death.
I will kind of hit to one knee and just start breathing deep. Catch my breath.
Finnegan, roll me an Arcana check.
30.
You're holding the ninth level spell charge. Vibration, shaking, this massive surge of energy, forcing the goggles down over your eyes as you see a piece of the ley line not a small trickle, a river of that torrent has slammed into this stone. As you're holding with both hands, something is, and everyone roll me dexterity saving throws, please.
God damn it.
Anybody within 10 feet of me?
You're all within 10 feet of Ricard at this point.
How much plus is that?
Plus 5.
I might be fine then.
Okay.
21.
What do we get from
Plus 5.
Plus 5.
22?
22, 21,
17.
17.
26.
Okay. So you're all not knocked prone, but you're all thrown backward as a massive explosion of energy that it doesn't destroy the crystal, but the spell slot has been used up for the day. As you feel the energy drain, as a body lands in front of all of you. A small body, wearing a familiar set of leather armor, slowly stands. A almost Fu Manchu-like style of mustache and goatee, turning to look at you with an eye patch over his left eye. A scar can be seen behind it. You see a much haggard and a little bit older Kieran Steadybrook standing before you.
Told you guys I'd fix it.
You shut up. Just go. Kieran? You okay?
He's Kieran's just he sees this. Oh god! You son of a bitch!
Nathaniel has Misty Step at the ready.
Right. He has run, bitch, run, ready to go.
Just as he stands up and sees these four around him. Oh, heavenly choir! He whoever's closest to him. I don't know who that is. He just kind of like reaches out and is first just kind of putting his hand on like their chest to see it. It's like is
They will be
this
Sorner. He's stuck.
he's like just is this real, like placing it on this. Is that
It's us. Is it you?
for the most part?
Well,
Looks like you've changed a little bit.
So is this location.
We're in Kralotz, my homeland.
We were in
Do you remember?
when he disappeared.
That's where we were before.
Before, yes.
we have been here for 3 days.
3 days.
3 days.
Where's Grim? Where's Finn?
They're probably making out at this point or something. I don't know. It's been.
Oh, thank God. I was rooting for those crazy kids. I remember things were getting hectic, so
Yeah. You don't.
Where have you been?
away. Some
If you want to talk better,
Legitimate
I'm
question.
just-
when I
I'm-
saw the rift, would there have been a chance
Do you
of
need to
me
rest?
seeing anything of Kieran when I was walking in the ethereal plane? Because you said I did see a rift into the Feywilds.
At that point, no.
No? Okay.
I'm fine. I
Made the joke. I wanted to clarify for sure.
I just need a second.
Okay. Well, that's.
If you're gonna throw up, turn this way.
Why don't you step outside? It's kind of smelly here in the stable,
Yes,
so
stable.
we'll step outside into the winter air and
All right, and I just
I'll beat him outside.
When you left, Kieran, from the place you were at before now, it was a bright spring evening, warmth, a little bit of chill today, but still there was still that nice warmth. You step out into a bitterly cold winter's night.
And a blizzard.
And a blizzard.
Because
you know,
that is hit.
Send me back. And now, like the full-on snowstorm, now dropping inches, if not feet, of snow onto this fort.
yet my fiery rage of what happened before I was sent back is keeping me warm.
Keeping you warm.
This is Fort Crolot. We've been here for a few days.
This is
I can't say
this is Fort Corvallis.
that. Yeah.
I read a bit.
There's just some.
Is everything all?
Well,
Did you find your dad?
Kriv is
that.
still captured, but we're getting to that.
All right.
We're planning, we're planning to march into a big fight in a few hours, days or so.
Oh,
So
all right.
we'll catch you up on it whenever you're ready.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Wonderful. Sounds great.
You look hungry.
I could eat. Yeah. Is there any food here?
Sondra, can I
Yeah,
get my map
well,
back since
I'll lead them to the mess
yeah,
hall.
we aren't worrying
Right,
about
yeah,
people
yeah, let's
dying?
go.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's
For a
back.
second.
I'll go to the mess hall that he points
What's
out
your
to me.
passive perception here?
My passive perception?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a 17. Not like a 17, it is a 17.
As you're walking, you feel something like rubbing against the inside of your tunic, under your armor, on contact with your skin. Something like prickly. You look down, you see it's pork pie now. You see a plant, a small piece of the thistle. This like dark green stem, the blue thistle-like leaves, and a brilliant golden red flower atop it. You remember right before the event, they had put their hand there to kind of to thank you. Before that, the only thing you can think of is when they did that they pushed that into your leathers, into your armor.
I try to pull it.
As you, it's much like a normal thistle. It's prickly, but you're able to pull it out.
the hell is that?
Well, I was going to just pocket it
Yeah.
for until later.
You can attempt a sleight of hand and do it stealthily. Or...
Ooh, guys, it's the first roll of me being back. Sleight of hand, sleight of hand, sleight of hand. Where are you at, sleight of hand?
Sondra, the all-seeing eye.
Not the
It
best.
doesn't help when you're standing next to Sauron.
13. You easily clock it as he. It's like I said, it's this like dark green stem, blue blue thistle leaves, and this like bright golden red flower atop it. It looks like some sort of thistlebriar. As he just kind of puts it into his bag.
If he's kind of quick change, I'm not gonna bring it up to him. Same as the eye.
Would a passive insight catch anything on him? His actions, his mannerisms? Like have a 15 or anything like that?
Insight, not really, because he's not pro-offered any sort of truths or denials yet. You can tell he's been through a lot. Like, that much is physically obvious and even emotionally obvious.
Look, it takes at least a month to grow a mustache like that. On the low end.
And
Dragonborns don't grow.
I'll let you know that the age of that scar is at least a year old. Like this jagged tear that sits behind the eye patch. Sure, it's your left eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to speak whenever he wants to, and just show him where the food is.
As you are led to the mess hall.
I am not joining them going to the mess hall. I'm just going back to what I was doing.
I'm going to say that after the fireside, Grim has kind of stole off by himself for a while. Finreal, you're kind of standing in an alleyway just thinking about things. When you at first see Ricara go walking past, and then Sorndrin and a familiar halfling that you have not seen for 3 days kind of walking beside him.
Brow immediately furrows and out of alley to go see what the heck's going on.
You all hear the sound of running feet and turn to see Finreal come dashing out of a nearby alleyway.
Yeah, there he is. Where's Grim? He's been a day.
Wait, where'd you find him?
In the stable.
That's mastodon.
Like Scott.
It's
I saved him.
it's one of the wild beasts
I brought it
that
back.
a lot in this area. It's like cattle.
Great job.
Thank you.
It's good to
Insight
know.
check.
It's good to know that if you send someone away, you can bring them back.
Of course.
Oh wait, I'm channeling Agnar. We gotta fix that.
I'll give him. I'll probably give him inspiration for that. That's great.
I mean, he said it, like
Yeah.
it's said,
Yeah.
but like
We got spicy fin tonight.
welcome back. We're in a war.
You sent me away? What was your doing?
Yeah.
It was
Let everyone speak to you, damn it. No, I'm just kidding.
I saved your life. You were dead.
Well, I think
I brought you back.
my life was definitely saved by Finn with this the bow you gave me before I ended up
I
disappearing.
give
I was like, this would be very useful.
I'm glad it served you well.
It's really good. This is really good.
yeah, that Dragonborn is Ronaldo, and that's wild orbs.
Rukara. As Kieran is chowing down,
Oh, I think I should have made biscuits today.
you become aware of someone that has walked up behind you. You turn to see Torin standing there.
I'm still sitting and just kind of turning and acknowledging.
Are you all right, Rukara?
I am now.
It's odd. I don't know why, but I don't. Thank you for helping us with the orcs. I don't know what it is, but there's just something. Thank you, you and your friends.
You're welcome.
I don't know this one, do I?
This is
Kieran Steadybrook.
There is a topaz, not topaz, turquoise. There's a turquoise colored dragonborn standing there wearing the higher military rank. Torin Karjan. Pleasure. Shake your hand. Did you just arrive, sir?
Yes, only just recently.
Very well.
he's good at sneaking.
Oh, please stay out of the restricted areas in the fort. There are a few of them.
I'll let him know.
I'll be brought up to date on what to and what to not.
Well, you're not there. Never mind.
Oh,
It's just a
forgive me.
mental-
The Commander Sazak at 0800 in the morning wishes to speak with you and your cohorts.
Of course.
If
What
you'll
time is
excuse-
it at this moment? And
It's
what
gonna
time of
be
day is it?
late.
No, you're approaching 7, 8 o'clock. It is well into evening now.
What's a horde?
What's a what?
A horde.
That's fair. If there's a cohort,
It's a large group, large group of
Is
something coming
two
at you.
hordes together.
I was going to say a hort
Or,
would be the
you know, two or
initiate,
more
and the
horts
cohorts are the assistants.
We'll look at the etymology.
we'll look at it on you later. With that, Torin just kind
If
of.
you guys know, let us know in the comments.
No.
So yeah, as Torin just kind of nods. It's been a long time since your cousin has looked at you with that sort of neutrality is the best way. Just kind of nods before turning and walking toward the door. Nathaniel. As you kind of cut off, you do clock Finriel running out after them, but where are you heading?
I'm heading back the way I came from. I'm going back out to where he told me.
To the tent that had been assembled
Yeah.
with the.
As I'm walking, I'm putting on the necklace I have.
You step out into the evening. The walls and the spires of Fort Corvos do a decent job of holding back the majority of the winds of this blizzard. But once you step out, you're expecting to feel it full force outside of the walls. Even on the southern side where it would block most of it. But it's almost like you feel you step through a bubble. And while cold, it's not unpleasant. You see several large, I better term, like almost like tiki torches. They're set in about every 10 feet around staggered columns of tents, and there is a bright yellowish glow that's just sort of emanating. These are a type of firestones, keeping an ambient temperature of around 60 to 70 degrees in the area. Using his directions, it takes you no time to locate the area where that tent is, but you don't see any ropes configured in that way. What's your passive perception?
22.
22. As you're kind of like looking around, you feel something kind of jostle you as a passing soldier. Excuse me, it just kind of walks past. When you kind of move back, you feel something crinkle in your pocket.
Just step in between tents to be out the way while I take it out.
You open it, you see. At first, it looks just like parts of the page that have been like bent in a random way. But as you hold them, you see no matter how you hold the paper, they're always perfectly aligned.
Mm-hmm.
It's thieves' cant symbols, questioning symbols, friend, foe. You've become very aware of a sense of you're being watched right now.
Would I be able to make a semi-accurate depiction of the Cathedral Shadows image with this piece of paper?
The paper, no, but in front of you there are several long pieces of rope hanging down, like somebody had untied part of this tent, and you're pretty sure you can.
I'll do that.
I think you roll for that. As you quickly tie it and step back. This time, whistles, bird calls that you instantly recognize again, in sort of an auditory thieves' cant, giving the signal of 2 down, 4 over.
I'll whistle in return as I start walking that way.
As you head toward the direction indicated, not taking very long, you come to a simple military-style tent. There is an elven individual sitting out front over, it looks like a small cauldron. You can smell some sort of stew. It's got a beefy, brothy smell coming out of it. As he approaches, kind of stirring the pot, looks up at you and goes, "Oh, good evening. Would you care for a bowl?" As the hand motioning for a moment, you see what do they call it? Military call and retort. There's an actual word for that. Essentially, he has given a sign that you know you must reply to a certain way. It's basically a
The sentry check.
sentry check. Thank you. Yeah.
Who said
That's thank you, pigeon. Bad pigeon. Cuckoo.
Sorry, I'm perfect.
No, you're good.
It's a call and
I can't tell you how many days we did
It's a
that.
call and reply thing. So you know that he's been given this symbol, and you know what it means. You understand its meaning, and you know the reply to give to it. And I'm not going to just easily give the reply to it. As he nods.
And as I'm giving the reply, I'll crouch down and also do a hand symbol, same military style, from my days in the academy.
Kind of, there's a look of that he does give the correct reply to. Is he? I'm afraid I only have the one bowl, Fred. I have an extra in my tent if you'd like to step in to get it.
As long as no snakes are here to fight, I'm willing to get anything.
There might be funny snakes in there, maybe a rat or two, but.
And I'll step in.
Okay. As I have to go find the name that I have not had to use. Okay. As you step inside,
This is for Finnegan, not for.
as you step
not you.
into the tent, the tin flap closing behind you, plunging you into darkness that is not a natural darkness. You can very much tell that something has happened, that you are being put in a state to where your senses are trying to be taken away from you. Even with your devil's side of warlock, it's very difficult. You're able to pierce some aspect of it. You know you have not been moved away. Like you are still where you started at. But you may be there, but there may not be anything. Almost like a pocket type dimension that's open. A simple gray candlelight flickers into existence, and it slowly brightens before standing there is a elven figure you have not seen in some time. Theron, the elven male servant of House Nuranel, and the known member of Cathedral of Shadows who warned you of the ambush, who was there when you were dealing with the princess and with Zytherin on Ilthalos. He is standing there. He now wears a mark of one of the inner circle of the Cathedral of Shadows. Maybe not one of the guild masters or a grand guild master, but well within the higher echelons. She just kind of smiles and, Untel, it's been quite some time.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, when we cast our nets, we never know who to expect, but I'll be honest, I thought you'd been dead by now.
I did die.
Oh,
I got better though.
I feel like I owe someone money. What in the name of the Nine Hells happened to your arm?
Part of how I died.
Ah. Well, I'll be honest, we were not expecting you to arrive. The markings that we've left are for various allies who may have gotten lost. We had several individuals in the north of Krolot keeping an eye on situations, and we did not want them to be left behind. We've already managed to garner and spirit a few off, heading back to Ilthalos. I was sent here to sort of head up and lead the cathedral assets in this area. Is the rest of the natural ones here?
Yes.
I must ask, anything that we speak about, I trust Lord Alaroth, Commander Alaroth implicitly. Theala is headstrong, she's hot-headed, she's an amazing individual, and even the Wolvir commander I have no issues with, but I would still ask anything we say is kept within the confidence of the shadows.
I've never been one to speak openly about things I do on the side.
I again want to ask, is Montel telling the truth?
Yes.
Okay.
He has always tried to keep what he does as a job outside of his day-to-day life.
I want you to roll me a wisdom check.
I'm gonna use one of those inspirations.
Okay.
Nat 20 for 22?
Okay. This silver lighted candle is essentially casting a massive zone of truth. You cannot lie or deceive or knowingly tell a lie within its presence. So even he is basically saying, I will speak my truth today. That doesn't mean you have to talk, but if you talk, you can only speak truths, or what you know to be truth, if that makes sense. You can't speak about things you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, say, if someone asked you, hey, is this city under the control of an evil lich? If you don't know one way or the other, you could say no, and to you be the truth, and then later down the road find out, yes, it is.
Yeah.
At the time, it is what you know to be true.
It is believed truth,
Believed
not
truth,
absolute
yes, yes.
truth.
This place is controlled by an evil lich. So.
Oh, no.
No, it's
It's an evil Draco Lich.
no, it's a.
But yes, all the other natural ones are here. Finn was the one to go get you.
That was a very unique experience moving through those trees, but I do not wish to the battle plans of the War Council are not my concern. We were sent to ascertain the best usage for our skills, and I was given the authority to exercise them as I saw fit. I have worked with you and your friends before. I have a feeling with whatever is coming, you will need us.
Likely so. There's actually another surprise that you may not expect here. I'm actually the one who has been given charge to actually come up with some of the plans. There
The
is...
candle wavers for a moment, so you look down.
Kieran just
It's
got
supposed to be broken. She passes out the candle.
Kieran instinctively
Even the
starts
candle
crying
is
from where
Well, counting myself, 12 of our agents are here, ready for combat, fully equipped and ready to go. I have no issue in not answering to you. Which you see him, he's hesitant to say that as he was trying to be polite, but again, sometimes the truth hurts. But should you need us, I would be willing to help you.
Of course. I will actually pull out the map with the note Sondrin gave me on the back, and I will hand it to him. This is the information we have and know currently. And I will go over with him the marks I made on the front of the map, and then let him read the back.
He actually pulls out a map as well, much older than yours, written not in Draconic, but in Thieves' Cant. And you see that there are 8 passages on his map. One leading from that large conical building to the easternmost watchtower.
Okay. I see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not one of the mining tunnels. This was an escape tunnel used by the aristocracy when the city was still a prison hold, in case important people ever needed to get out. That tunnel would take them to the watchtower, and from there to the nearby docks. As far as we know, the entrances are hidden, but they are still usable. That tunnel has never been found. And it leads directly into what we believe to be the impromptu palace for Hornbreaker.
Your
Pencil. Yeah, it's almost a straight shot from that large conical building to that stone tower.
Need a marker?
Nah. I'm just sketching that in just so I have mental
Yeah.
note. Well,
By the way, also in Thieves' Cant it says, in through the mouth, out through the claw. Like kind of on that, where that pathway is. In through the mouth, out through the claw.
well. What all of the plan do you know now, currently, for what we are trying to do?
Well, these Dragonborn are surprisingly very adept at keeping secrets. I guess the thought of what has happened has made them a little bit. It kind of stops and should not speak ill of allies. We all make mistakes.
It is not speaking ill if it's the truth and necessary.
I have a few of my men doing the normal routes of finding information without stirring up too much trouble, but a direct line would be most appreciative.
Well, the officers, for some reason or another, seem to like me. An odd thing, but I can see if any of them understand the way we speak.
They're clandestine organizations that operate outside the meritocracy are not viewed upon happily in Croat. There was a misunderstanding a few centuries ago where the Cathedral of Shadows, may or may not have assassinated one of their primarchs. It was a long, tedious thing. Essentially, he was trying to overthrow the Scaled Senate. We were asked to intervene, and in our intervention, he unfortunately fell. He died.
You seem to be having more trouble with the light than me.
Yes, I hate the fact, but it's protocol and required for us to trust each other. Yes, so if
It's like a drug deal just happened.
if it must be known that the cathedral it's no drug deal. If the cathedral is active and working on Croat, it is best that those who know of it are kept few in number.
So the good part is I don't work for the cathedral itself. I work for the natural ones. There is a difference and a very different mind.
We have a choice in employing him?
No. Y'all found me in a dumpster and I've been stuck here ever since.
Practically.
I'm that
makes
dumpster
sense.
baby. Damn it.
Well,
So, if necessary, we could keep any communication I can find using me as a messenger.
reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a small black stone, almost like a river rock. It's been worked smooth, almost like glass. As you flip it over in the candlelight, you see inside it's like veins of mineral have formed the cathedral symbol. But as it moves away from light, it's like those veins disappear. When you need to speak with us, it can't get much information, but a time and place can at least get through.
Of
Hands you- It's a very, very small stone.
I'm actually going to take the necklace off at this point and wrap the necklace and the stone together before I put it back.
Okay.
Well, I can at the very least go over the plan that I have set up and the understandings I have of it. And
Yeah.
there's a lot to say. Just assume I tell it all.
I will say that you take the next hour or so going fully over everything.
Mm-hmm.
As he very well. Please keep us up to date on anything that happens. And you see, as you look down at he looks down at the light. Well, the candle now is kind of burning low, but he makes sure that you see the candlelight still going before he looks at you and goes, "It's good to see you, Monto. You and your friends do a lot more good than any other force in this world." Roll me a luck roll.
16?
16. He goes, "Oh, before you leave," he seems to reach in the darkness. He pulls out a wooden bowl. Try the stew. As the candlelight is still on, it's quite delicious.
Thank you.
So we cut back over to past hour. You guys, this is where Tora walked up. You've been eating. Kieran has tasted mastodon from a mammoth meat for the first time.
And that's a fire breath pepper, so be careful with that one.
We're going to con saving throw. It's canon now.
I'm gonna cry from my eye patch. By the way, I'm like halfway through my chicken thing. DoorDash is like, before you eat, take a picture of your meal. I was like, I ain't doing that. Right. I said
Say main things.
con.
Yep.
We gotta talk about it if anything upped in the amount of time. Fuck. 12.
It's pretty spicy. Like you said, from behind the eye patch, a tear kind of rolls down. So in the hour, or so we've all been gathered around the mess hall eating. What have the rest of you been doing? What have you been talking about?
I know that while talking, there was a note passed to Finnegan for
Yes.
reasons.
I figured if it need become prevalent, it would be
Well,
close.
well, it was more. The note was passed for uncertainty as to what would happen. He was asking Finnegan if he knew anything about Pyrenees, as the resident magic and history researcher, without saying it because he didn't know if it would cause it to go off.
So in game, you passed the note.
I literally passed him a note, in game and out of game,
Okay.
with that information on it
All right.
to see if he knew anything.
Couldn't use the ring or anything.
I-
Had to go.
No,
Had to go
he doesn't
analog.
want to say it verbally or think it, because it did kind of react when he thought it last time too. So he doesn't want to accidentally set the tent on
Alright.
fire.
So Finnegan would know whatever.
History or Arcana
Okay.
on the name Pyramid. Only a 30.
Only a 32.
Only a 34.
Only a 30.
Oh my god.
So close.
Roll the
I'm gonna
19.
stab you in the eye one of these days.
All right.
So that y'all match.
Mm-hmm.
The halflings match.
Yep. It'll be the right
Do the
eye.
other
So
eye.
first of all,
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Pyranus.
Okay.
Pyranus was the
No wonder he's been mad. I've been saying it wrong.
Pyranus was the elder titan of fire.
Okay.
One of the elder titans that rose during the war against the gods before the arrival of Isorin, the Titan of Oblivion. Pyranus was a titan of emotion, anger, specifically of intense emotion. You're pretty sure that the reason the reason it reacted in the presence of the artifact was that was an item of a usurper god, but it was still one of the gods, one of the old divines. And it reacted in that way out of intense emotion, out of intense hatred. When Sorndrin asked for his help, again, there was a very intense need, emotional need for that. So you're pretty sure, like 99% sure, that in states of intense, heightened emotion, that's when the power of this blade unlocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will write all that on the note and pass it back.
So you're sure just saying his name would not invoke it.
Okay.
The lazy Susan on the table.
It's quite a nice camp to have a lazy Susan in the middle of the dinner
Well,
table.
Yeah.
I mean, the fort is practically a city, so.
I guess, but still.
But you don't realize this is not the table, the entire city is spinning around it. Ah!
The entire planet is a lazy Susan.
I hate lasers.
And I think we'll go over the events that's led up to this point. Catch Karen up, like the city being overrun and all that stuff.
One of the things that Finn would bring up is
Some stuff.
it would be useful if we have someone from the fort attached to us, like as a liaison or something. If so, I've made a contact with one named Varissa. Varissa? Is that her name?
Big vacuum. Yes, Varissa Ventrix.
I have Shaw.
Varisha, okay, Varisha.
Varisha?
Oh, S.H.
Varisha.
Varisha.
Ventrix.
Ventrix.
She is one of the ones that traveled with me to the Grove. We had a long conversation there.
Did you tell Brent?
Not that sort of conversation.
That's where you found the little angry thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the gremlin.
Ren didn't like that very much.
I'm glad that, but did anything come of that?
The commander has put it up for now, And I think once we take care of the ore city, well, it's supposed to lead us somewhere.
It says it can show us where the lenses are.
Did you tell,
One of them.
do you openly say the last name of the person?
No, I just said Baristan.
The last name is a fake name anyway, right?
The last name is a fake name.
Right, so.
I will say over the ring, what her last name is. That she's wanting to keep this quiet, obviously. I'm sure you know why.
Yeah. Does she know the Primarch is missing?
Did she know that?
Do we know the Primarch is missing?
She knows that the capital has been attacked.
We don't know. We just know that the
As
house
opposed
fell.
from that, there's not a lot of information going out across Prologue right now that has reached you.
Prime
Oh,
orc?
Are you telling just him? or
Did you
I'm
Like-
telling the group
Okay.
over the ring.
Caesar.
Well, the ones that are
Primarch.
here.
Out of game GM,
Yeah.
did you tell Ben the Primarch was missing, or Kara knows the Primarch is missing?
Riccara knows that that the Primarch is missing. Right now, no one has been able to get in contact with the Primarch. That the chains of command have broken down. That's what the Fort Commander told you. Is that the chains
So
of
in
command
that
have broken
sense,
down.
missing. And the boat may not be an issue anymore.
There was a boat.
No, there was a boat.
What was a boat?
There is no longer a boat. There better not be a boat.
There are boats.
What was
Oh.
on the boat?
Why don't we have a boat?
You
have a
have a
boat.
boat.
You have a
The
boat.
boat
I have a
at
boat.
You have
Yes.
the boat at the docks.
A boat at the docks.
What were they
Um,
trying to?
They
smuggle
were
out?
smuggling out the Dragonborns. I have already passed the information about where the
Dragonborns.
All of them?
prisoners are being held. But the boat is no longer an issue. And again, he is skipping over the fact that he just went prancing through the entirety of the crater
I'm not surprised.
at the
With any
yeah, at,
any
at
crazy
this
stuff.
point. Like
All the Dragonborn were being shipped out.
they were being shipped out in, from the sounds of it, shipments of like 1 and 2 or small groups.
Now, I don't want you to get, because you were told I don't want you information. They were being shipped in the sense they were being moved somewhere. They were not actually loaded on a vessel.
Though he said that was what the boats were. Okay, never meant that. But digress. Rewind, retcon, go
I
to.
think, didn't he say the boat was
The
his?
boat was his, and their intention was to use it. But up until that point, they'd been being shipped out via across, like, land.
But he didn't specify how.
Yeah.
So the boat is a non-issue.
Wait,
The
so
dock is a non-issue.
What if we want the boat?
Well, you have your own boat.
wait.
Well,
So
my
there's
boat's not invisible.
orcs smuggling Dragonborn somewhere on land.
Yes,
That is disturbing.
very much so. And then, so apparently Hornbreaker is taking up residence in the temple, but he
Figured
does come out about once a week to watch his guys fight in the arena, which be in the next 2 to 3 days. We could use that as cover to go out and take care of things. We could just go kick in his door either way. The orcs are starving, so anything we can use to distract them would pull a large force away.
That's interesting.
They are eating each other.
Oh,
And this is
No,
in the
no.
middle of the food hall. He is saying this. They are eating each other.
They're not eating the prisoners, just each other.
No. Dragonborn are untouched.
That's
oh,
They're eating horse, each other, rotting meat.
in that order?
I can't say in what order. I think it's whatever is the closest to the door that I saw that they were taking.
but they're not touching the Dragonborn.
They're not.
That,
They
that
are not.
is
Well, I mean, I don't know how you would
Sorghum,
taste.
roll me an insight check.
Insight, something I'll have a
has this been a short rest, essentially.
I'll call this a short rest.
I will use my hit dice, and because of the arcane skill, it's max heal,
Yeah.
so 30 points.
It's going to be an 18.
You remember that even thinking back, there was a ferocity to these orcs that even when dealing with the ones at Broken Tusk Island, there was something feral about them.
I was going to say, like, rabid.
Yeah, the ones that were leading the Dark Orc, not as much. They looked to be better kept, better maintained. But you're getting a sense that just the common rabble of the orcs, there is some aspect that has brought out their more baser instincts.
I never thought to see if there were any of the symbols when I was walking through.
You did not.
Well, it's also really hard to tell because I can't see colors.
Yeah.
So that if there was a drastic change of like red and green, when you look at it from a color spectrum and black and white,
Yeah.
it's actually very similar. It's hard to tell. So that would make sense.
Tell me about it.
I didn't want to look at you when I was saying that because I know. Let's see what else. So we can either choose to kick in his door or go ruin his fun. Either way,
I think the plan of action now is to start moving in troops under the cover of the blizzard to get them as close as possible,
perfectly fine idea.
and then attack, and then one front hit, second front hits, distraction, and then when that maybe second front hits, that's when Montel and his group will move in to rescue.
And the main sky. Damn it! I already handed him back. All right. So you know how you see the fire. If you go up top, you can see the giant fire.
Yeah.
Right. That's where a large grouping of them are. There are a few scattered throughout, but that seems to be one of the main gathering areas. Besides, oddly enough, directly over a giant hole in the ground.
It's a mining camp. Was a mining camp. It still is, kind of.
No. How do I explain? A giant hole in the ground that is full of the things that we were worried about. They're like an armored worm. But because of draconic shenanigans, it keeps them away from it. And I don't know if they've figured out that's the best place to do it, but that seems to be where, how to put this, have you ever thrown water, or have you ever thrown a carcass into the ocean?
Probably.
Yeah,
but
let's
That's
be
it.
careful
I don't-
what we
I don't
admit
like
to.
how-
Like when I say carcass, I mean like a fish, a skinned fish and stuff, or animal carcass.
A fish, yeah.
So
Sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
In a
But a dead
past, in a
fish.
past life,
All right.
sure.
fish. It swam for a little bit. You know how everything seems to congregate on it quickly if it, for lack of better terms, a feeding frenzy?
Following you so far.
That is apparently what they're having to do, or at least some of them are. And it's right above this nice, convenient place where some very audio-sensitive worms are.
More worms. So you're saying
Much smaller than the ones we dealt with last time, I promise. Mostly.
you're saying if what's ever keeping them away is disabled,
We could let them take out a larger force than we need to worry about.
that's a good idea.
Just let it loose.
Which I have already passed that information on to Montel. Just thought I'd give you a heads up on that. Although, because of the size and the distance of the tunnel, that may not be the best for a large force. It's like a half mile down, a mile long, and then another 600 feet straight up through solid rock almost. And even following those worms, I don't think they have to worry about as much on the incline and could almost go straight through, and that would not be where a good area for a force to pass through.
I think the idea is a small force to get in and get out as quickly as possible. So if they're just there to disable this thing
And follow
And
the
get out-
worms as
and-
long as they are
and get out
quiet.
of the way, exactly.
Yeah, that would probably work.
It would have to be a.
10 man or less.
I'm
Honestly.
thinking a tandem thing between what's heavy on top and then on bottom, of course.
We'd also have to make sure any forces presenting distraction are far enough away. Well, we would also have to find a way to. It may be better to have them in position. They release the sound barrier thing. Upon hearing, the ensuing chaos is when the next wave would hit, which would be the two gates, and then they follow up almost after everything else.
So, I'm sorry.
Your pocket starts to vibrate, Makara. A stone.
I'll pull out a stone.
A stone given to you by a gnomish artificer.
She did give this.
Well, I thought she gave you a sending stone.
We bought a sending stone from.
The captain has one because I
The
was going to
captain
leave
has
it
one.
for the
That's-
kids,
okay, I'm sorry,
and
that's
she
what it
has a
was.
hold
That's
of
what
it
it was.
because
Okay,
we
for
used
you.
it as an ER.
Alright, so,
To tell Margaret to throw it away.
Has it been a whole
That's
day?
what
I
I
don't know how this. I lost track of
I
time.
think that one has.
yes. So,
ZRS.
you hear the stone activate, and then a familiar voice. Need help. Hit snowstorm. Something hit us. Thought Halifar fell. Need to land. Guide fires needed. Can't last much longer in it.
What's up? What's up?
What's the time limit on the response on the sending stone?
You can, like, the stone is still active.
Not responding to them. The balloon has hit something bad. Halifor may have fallen off the balloon.
What?
Gods. And they need to land quickly.
Where
Where
are
they
they?
I'm not really sure how close, but they need to land. I'm thinking. They should be. They're coming this way, so they should be landing on the tip.
You would be up in the northeastern, like on the northeastern shoreline, they'd be getting that direct. Right?
Give me a direction. I will take care of it.
Well,
We don't want them dead. Jesus.
No. No, but the fact that I can go 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and make a belt 40 by 40 U of fire,
Make a landing zone.
I would make it a perfect landing strip where they could see. It'd just be a little toasty.
I'm just
They're
trying
traveling
to
in what
put
way?
in my mind
Giant
where
balloon?
we're on the map. I have the map of
Oh, hot air balloon. So
Like,
you're going to
the
have them
path. Like would they land
come
on the
towards the
southern
fire.
tip?
No, so they're
a
coming
certain-
up
a certain-
on that.
How do you
Hindenburg.
land later?
They would
Hindenburg
right now.
comes
There
from.
would be where they were to land would probably be on that northern edge along near the strait.
Oh,
You
humanity.
think they're probably their landing point will be somewhere between the fort and the crater. If the storm has hit them, though, they have zero visibility, and they need something bright. And there's a giant tire in the middle of that crater that they don't know about on the tour. So, if you want, it's 8 o'clock, and I'll give you time to compose it. We'll take a quick break. Do the restroom, check the legs. We'll jump on to TikTok, answer some questions. Don't worry, folks. We'll be right back. So we'll come back in about 20 minutes.
Did y'all have
Sometimes
any
that pop is
objections
thing.
Oh, I
about
know. Oh, I've had this
the
kind
thing
of
with
like,
okay.
I've never had the green.
have
I
it.
only have the 0 sugars.
Oh, gotcha.
the Dragonborn?
I'm wondering how much this is gonna
You
like
just
wreck my system.
other stuff is happening. Just whatever
Okay.
you want to bring up about
does
it.
anyone
That seems to be
anything
like your
from Burger King
steed
anywhere?
or your
I'm
whatever
good,
the
thank
name of
Good.
it is.
I'm
Burger
good.
King. Burger King.
Or your
Not Burger King.
underling. There we go, underling.
Well, she kicked my ass, so
Well,
like
you're not a fighter. You're a
I am a fighter.
ranger. Ranger.
I'm gonna have to brawl you now.
Do what?
I said I'm gonna have to fight you. Well, I said brawl.
Roll. What is this?
Let's get ready to
Oh,
rumble.
look at a drider. Yeah, it's an unpainted drider.
That's unpainted? That looks good. Where-
Yeah, it's just 3D
Very
printed.
nice. Oh, it's a moose like a car. Only got one antler.
Aww.
Great to be back.
Wow, you slow.
Oh, goodness.
Gotta say, I love how everyone who's like any criminal we've met that has known me for more than 5 minutes is always surprised. Always. Both surprised that I'm alive and surprised that yes, y'all do sometimes trust me to make plans.
Is it surprised that you're alive or disappointed?
He was surprised. He
I
expected me to be dead already.
I kid, of course.
I had Missy stuff ready in case you came out with a bow.
No, he's not that one set.
Sees Kieran, immediately prepares to disappear if needed.
He also he said Fu Manchu. It's I guess he just doesn't know that it's more of a Van Dyke is what it's called, which is kind of similar to what you got, which is just like the mustache with like a bit on the chin. But
It's the bad guy from Peace Dragon.
yes, or
Just
I vaguely remember something similar.
or because
It's been so long.
because he's
So if I'm
modeled
going,
out
you
after
can go-
Luke
because you'll
Arnold.
be happy
I just
to
sent him
go
that picture.
Yeah.
double
Oh,
just
it's,
double
it's,
cheeseburger, no mustard, no onion,
No mustard, no.
and a drink, please.
Okay.
Oh, what is his name from Eureka?
I've only seen him on Black Sails.
Well, it's not him.
A character who.
Yeah, a character has similar. He's a bit more scruffy as well, usually.
I was telling them that you said Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
It's actually called a Van Dyke.
Van Dyke, thank you. I was trying. I couldn't remember the like Dick.
Yes. Like that.
Night Rain, Seth. Oh my God! Hi.
Hey, Night Rain! Yeah, I'm so sad I'm not gonna be able to play with them for several weeks. We were supposed to start that class Thursday, but
Well, I guess I could pop in from time to time to join the polycule. Night Rain. Yeah, whoa, thank you, Night Rain. So there's a TikTok I showed today. It was the you've heard of Uwu gamer girls get ready for Uwu dungeon masters. Have y'all seen this on
I
TikTok?
have not.
It is great. It's like, does a 34 hit? Ooh, ooh, that's 44 points of fire damage. Oh, whoa.
Articuno at 824.
Wait a minute.
Is break over at 820?
Break is over at 825.
Can we successfully do it in 1 minute?
Satoshi, hello to Argentina. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Me, you, Derek, Ben if we drag him, Missy, you know what, the guys like Carter and them from last time are in there. So we may have at least 7,
8 it looks like.
8, because Seth also.
I'm gonna capture this little fat thing.
Yeah, we'll take Seth too.
Oh, my Pokemon storage is full.
Well, you
So
can pick that.
apparently we're getting back to
Better
the
get
Pokemon
rid
Go,
of some
folks.
shit.
We might can drag Moffat. No, his phone's busy.
Yes, my phone is
I
very
only have
busy.
one phone with me.
Yeah, I guess I should pull up TikTok.
I've got it pulled up. Like, the Dirty Bandolier just joined. Also, we have somebody from Argentina.
Balladeer.
Balladeer, thank you. I like Bandolier. I got somebody from Argentina. Hello, welcome.
Very
Look,
cool.
Team Valor couldn't put in the effort to take the gym earlier so that I could have a battle.
All I
don't
gotta
wanna
say
hear
is
it.
glory, glory to the red team.
I'm gonna go let everybody over there know real quick.
So, but.
You are a good
Metatron,
raid leader.
the angel.
You're a good raid leader. We appreciate
My
you.
best.
Megatron.
No,
I've been
Metatron.
playing MMOs since I was 13 years old, so 22 years.
It's just you and me, Megatron. No, it's just me,
Two
Prime.
joints to the face. I love that name.
Why would you keep my things? How dare you? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh wait, I didn't count. No, his name is not.
More of a reference to Metatron's cube.
We'll call him Nathaniel because that is his character's name. He has it too. That's mine.
I'm going to pretend I know what that is. I'm not about to Google it.
Can
Metatron.
Sven
Metatron,
can
cute.
have 2 people on his back, right? Is he a large creature or just one?
He is large, so just the one technically,
Just one.
unless they're small.
Oh, that thing. Okay. The platonic solids. I do know what that is. Cool. The sacred key that contains the patterns or shapes that make up all matter in the universe. Very cool. Very cool.
No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you for all the likes.
You're welcome.
You
Reference
have,
in alchemy. Yeah.
do you have the spear stats?
Yeah.
The Spear of Destiny.
The Spear of Longinus.
What?
Rock type Pokemon, rock type moves if you got them. They're the best.
Alright.
It was like water Pokemon. So.
You're always like, what?
So
Here's a question. When does everyone's character consider a day to start?
When he opens his eyes, anything before that's not important.
Like 5 o'clock.
PM.
Well, he has a different background, so I'm not sure.
I need to fix this. I have this still set as a long sword and you want it two-handed. So, yeah, how
Longsword can be two-handed.
Well, like, like a... Yeah.
Metatron says, "Can hear a quick rundown of the campaign so far." Well, it all started with some almonds, and
we
now we're
found
trying
a
to fight
ring.
God.
Found a ring.
Snake lady or Tarkel. I will.
We
How
found a ring.
many gods have we fought?
Yeah,
I've killed all of them so far.
No,
so.
no.
Yeah.
Anyway, what you talking about?
All the bad ones.
You killed like a very 1 HP. Thing.
yeah. Essentially,
with a cantrip.
essentially, we
Sword.
discovered that a
Pirate
tavern owner had
that wasn't a
a
god.
ring
Yeah.
that was a part of a
It
ancient
was
titan.
the essence
and
of a usurper
We're still on
It was like a-
the quest to
inside the
do
sword.
things with it,
Yeah, well,
and
you
we
didn't
picked up some
defeat it
people
so
on
much
the
as
way.
it
People
blew up.
died.
Well,
all that jazz.
I blew it up. I
How
caused.
many of you have conquered time?
Ooh.
Conquered time.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Time is
how do
construct.
you, what do you consider time? Like past time? Like as
Technically speaking, the two halflings I have assisted in him time traveling. Although I don't really know that yet, but that's a thing.
I
Who's
killed,
time travel?
Who's time travel?
I killed a grand devil.
He's
Does that
time
count?
traveled.
Sure.
Sort of. The key in the gate.
Oh
It was.
Lone Star. I know if I was going to hide
I
poison
but what
from
if it
y'all,
didn't and turned
it would
my
be in a
back?
jar of almonds.
There was the god of like.
Night
greed.
Rain said, when you open your eyes, the half work of your life.
There was like the god of like greed and rot or something, in like the mining camp
Yeah.
with that fought the big mecha thing.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Like we didn't fight.
Well, I could help
the
them
mech
all
did.
time.
The mech did.
literally
Fair.
right
And
after
the
we
stag
started session
counts.
tonight, my
Yeah.
wife
They fought the
texted
stag.
me and
We
said,
So that's
rolled
two.
initiative.
Articuno
though.
raid at Southwest Community College.
We were fighting
Take
like
y'all
the
break
lady
now.
who
Bring
was
the
like
nerds.
controlling it.
Yeah, that is true.
Bring the nerds.
On a technicality, we won't count that particular fight against that god.
Hey, Ducky.
And then the black
So,
stag, whatever
summon the nerds.
he was a god
That's
of.
what you sent me.
Oh, Night Rain and Ducky, we need to ghost hunt.
Ghost hunt.
Ghost hunt.
Moffat, to your left.
The Plasmodium.
Phasmophobia, yeah.
Certainly.
It's so good.
My wife texted me right when we started and said, break time is now, summon the nerds, and sent me a screenshot of the campfire app with the egg over at Southwest College.
Oh.
We live right by there, so we're able to go do a bunch of stuff right there. It's
And
pretty
like
easy.
I live right by there.
we didn't actually fight by sword.
I live right by the college.
It was like a weakened state of
Jim Reeves Road.
Barrett.
We're level 15.
Barrett Drive.
So any like, if we count shadow avatar versions of like, I'm counting that because we're not level 20.
Right. Yeah.
We're we're meddling and we're making them angry at us and not dead yet. So I'm counting that as a win.
How many gods have everyone seen? Is the question.
I go by there all the time.
Yeah. Right by-
Apparently,
by
Finnegan
Southwest
sees
and,
one every time he
North
looks in a
Pike.
mirror.
So,
According to him.
Butter.
That's funny.
do you know where Barnett Road meets 570?
Lol, as if we know road names.
I have GPS.
Same.
Boop, boop, boop.
Lone Star says, I know if
Have
I
you
want
always
to hide
lived over
poison from y'all, it would be in a jar
My
of
entire
almonds.
life.
Hi, Ducky.
I know
Isn't-
Jaguar Shout.
Isn't
Or
a jar
I
of
know the
almonds
name
essentially
Jaguar Shout.
poison?
And I know
Okay,
my
if you
parents.
go
Isn't
the
a
other
jar
way,
of almonds essentially
where
poison?
Barrett meets Aaron Drive,
Depends on how big the
Okay.
jar
okay,
is.
you turn left,
Josie Wales,
and that
welcome.
goes to
welcome.
Barnett Road.
Okay.
Barnett Road connects Johnson Station.
Saying a lot of
What are
names.
you trying to get at?
He's trying to tell me where he lives. But like,
Oh.
listen, it's what I tell. Now, the thing is, like, I tell people, give me the address. Once I've made it there, I can get back there anytime.
Okay.
It's just my brain won't remember it. But I will. I don't. You're gonna turn here. You're gonna turn at this. You're gonna look. I'm like, go north. North. We haven't used that since the Dark Ages.
I've lived in the same house
You
for
see
8
that
years
right there?
straight.
Yes.
I still every week
Okay.
from here put in my GPS and
I
have it
used to
take me
live-
Okay.
home.
Yeah. I don't know.
I used to live.
Going from here, I will put
Still marked
in
as
the
well?
GPS coordinates to go to Walmart.
I'm
From
gonna
here.
come harass
It's
your
right
house.
there.
Throw eggs and all that.
You are certainly welcome to, but as you see, my security system,
We'll lick you to death.
yes.
Oh, I was assuming you got that off of a scarecrow that sits at the front of your house.
8 minutes.
Yeah.
We got 8 minutes to save the world.
Trying to go too long on our breaks.
We won't be.
It's already
We
8:15.
won't be.
Dude, come on.
Ah,
We gotta rescue an air balloon.
confidence.
Kerry got back. He's like, "What's happening?" All right, the
Fair,
balloon.
last time it took
balloon
longer
save.
to walk over there than
Yes,
it did
Prozac
this thing.
Heart Gaming, I think is what that says. That's why they joined. I'm trying to.
Beware the frozen heart.
Beautiful, powerful, dangerous, cold.
Ice has a magic and be
That was
controlled.
mine.
Stronger than
You're
1,
right.
stronger than 10, stronger than 100 men. Huh.
They didn't give me a fork. That's why I was like, wait a second, something doesn't look right.
Oh, the forks over there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Born flew.
Man, the amount of times I haven't gotten like a utensil. I go to get Popeyes for lunch and they don't give me a utensil. But like I get a combo, and so I literally go, I can do this. I eat the leg, And I go,
And then use it as yeah. I've done that.
So, if you pass it to him,
It drives me insane when I order something off of DoorDash and they don't send utensils because most of the
Oh
time
no!
I'm in a hotel
What you got there?
with.
Is it 2 or 3?
Smoothie.
I was +3.
Oh,
Yeah, I had to write over. That was adjusting.
Thank you.
it's why I've
That
considered
was great.
always
I
like
appreciate that.
starting to carry in my book bag a utensil
Did
kit.
Spicy Finrail get an inspiration earlier, or was that just a tease?
So that spicy fingernail got an inspiration.
Thank you.
Why is this not?
oh no! I gotta give up.
I need to keep
I'll
this.
probably
I need to
read
keep
that
this look
very
and go
soon.
as Walter White to Mississippi Comic Con.
What do I want to do? Turn it off.
I know what it'll be anyway.
Finrail is supposed to be a sweet little innocent boy,
I am
and
the
he
one who
channeled
knocks.
Agnar for a minute.
So, how to breach the subject with Kieran? Do you want your eye back?
I think at this point, I don't know. It's weird. It's the same thing when it came to
Kieran coming back,
to life
yeah.
and everything, which is why I told him no to begin with. It only worked story reason for him to end up coming back. But like, you know, I like there being stakes and stuff, and so I like the aspect of, you know,
Well, there could
you
always
lose an
be-
eye, you lost an eye.
There could be a reason
You know.
it doesn't come back. That's it.
Yeah.
We could. That's a simple fix.
Yeah, whatever took it, like possibly is just it's.
I mean, considering
It's
what took it, it's easy to say it damages where it cannot be healed.
Yeah, which is what I'm all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it can be very much be in game. It's like I can. Do you want me to try? I'm like,
Did you get my message?
I love you, Sorendren, but those more powerful than you have tried and failed.
Over here to Water Tower. In 5 minutes.
You dare question my power, Kieran?
I don't question anything.
Says
I
Fenrir.
question.
He is an innocent
House.
boy.
Who's innocent?
It's a lowercase I.
Y'all might make it.
And there's quotation marks.
Maybe. What kind of sandwich did you get, sir?
So ask a question while you're eating. Your idea of it's like
Okay. Alright. Sorry.
what? Like making a like how big is it?
Big. Like,
Bigger than the campfire?
Big, as in large,
Highly
as in mine is better than
Are you
yours.
talking about mine?
yes.
My idea? It's Firestorm,
Firestorm.
which is 10-foot squares. I could make 40, or I guess technically,
Let me get back to you, Night Rain. I need time to think about things.
yeah, it would be 2 30s. It would be 30 feet long and 20 feet wide.
The Retro Barbarian joined. I love that name.
Oh, that does sound cool.
Since Beck's idea was to get on Sev's back and fly out into the middle of a blizzard, this is way smarter.
Oh, I'm planning on doing that anyway. But
Like, if someone else is flying out into the blizzard, like Fenrir's going with.
I mean
I mean, I won't be able to, like, not very successfully. I'm not that kind of ranger, but
oh, yeah, well, I got an idea too.
one of us has breath weapons.
I have a GM question whenever you're ready.
Well, Missy's
what's up?
going
Yeah.
through it.
Whenever he casts the flying steed in the stable, could he have saddled him up? Because I assume he didn't come with a saddle and all that good stuff.
I always say that if it's the summoned steed, yes, it appears like an
Yeah.
ethereal saddle. That
Oh, it comes ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes ready to go.
Awesome. I didn't know that.
We were talking about the steed.
Alright.
I got a pony.
I'm heading over. Oh,
It has wings.
It has wings.
It has a dragon head.
It has a
Does the
green
lightning work with that?
lightning will work.
and it's
Lightning
crystal.
work? Okay, so I also have lightning.
Electric.
Electric.
It's electric.
Is it rock?
Boogie woogie
Rock
woogie.
does the most
Green
damage.
is platinum, no longer
Is
green.
it 4 times we
Oh.
Platinum scales.
Y'all coming?
Wow.
I can't. My phone is being used.
I don't know why.
Oh.
I haven't asked her. She can talk.
Oh. Everything's
Everything's changed.
so much has changed in 3 days. I don't know how to feel.
Where'd they go?
They're going to play
What to do that
Pokemon
week?
Go. So, by the way, Seth, the individual you met, the Baron over there, did you ever pausing something? Did you ever get the reference of his name? There's a German rabbit stew called Hassenpfeffer.
Oh yeah, Hassenpfeffer.
Yeah.
I only know that name because of 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee.
Really?
Because that's one of the words.
Well, that's cool.
Hassenpfeffer.
Awesome.
Oh yes, of course. A delicious rabbit stew. One moment, please.
So his
If you've
name.
never seen that show, you please God see a production of 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. It is one of the funniest things you'll ever have. One of the funniest nights you'll ever experience.
Yeah,
Also-
so yeah, the his name is a play on Hassenpfeffer.
Yes, of course.
Weapon proficient.
Do you know that show, Moffat?
What was the show again?
25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee.
Sounds familiar. Raptor Walker, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it.
What's the difference between a halberd and a glaive? Just the way it looks.
I believe glaive is slashing and halberd is piercing.
Slashing.
Night Rain, the show
They're
went
both
great.
slashing.
It went really well.
Halberd
Yeah,
is
they're both-
D10 slashing heavy,
Reach two-handed.
reach two-handed, and then glaive.
Heavy, reach, two-handed.
Glaive's. I think I found. Double check.
I'm looking on D&D Beyond.
Halberd.
Oh, the character sheet.
No, they're both martials. All right. Let me do some real world stuff here real quick. Okay. All
So you still like the Beastmaster Ranger?
So
Uh, we're not wrapping up. We're just on our break.
Yeah, we're just on
Sorry,
break right now.
Beastmaster. Yeah. I was a hunter.
So the halberd has the spike.
So I thought you liked the Beastmaster with the wolf. Wolf.
Yeah, so I'm going to retcon that. The halberd deals piercing damage. It's got that massive pole spike.
Mm-hmm. So it's a help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you want to make it really interesting, I'll say if you use the spike, it's a D10 of piercing. If you try to swing the blade, it's a D8 of slashing.
D8.
D8.
Okay. That's...
Kiergan 8 joined. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate the support, Raptor. Thank you so very much. Yeah, we're about to the 3 minutes, and they're out trying to catch Articuno, and then we'll jump back in.
Doing the Pokemans.
Doing the Pokemans. Luna, thank you for joining.
The Beard of Truth. I saw.
If I could
Someone called the
spell-
Beard of Truth joined.
Oh, I love that name.
Well, that is piercing. That is piercing.
Yeah.
I can't spell.
Now you realize that if they get within 10 feet of you, if they get right on top of you, that gets hard to maneuver, right?
Does it?
Well, because
that was my question. Does it? Because you had. I've never done.
Yeah.
So.
okay, so I don't know if this is D&D rules, but real world rules are because those are like extended weapons that have to be kept at range. So if you got within 5 feet, essentially you're having to maneuver any attack with if they get within 5 feet you're at disadvantage to hit because you're having to pull the weapon back to try to do this.
Okay.
But like the thing is though, 10 feet you have reach, you get the polearm master, you get the attack opportunity when they come within range, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But there is a skill that is needed to it.
It's what? Polearm Master,
I prefer you not to take those together because Sentinel is just, polearm Sentinel is poke, you can't move, back up. Poke, you can't move, back up.
So then Pull-On Master would be the one that would be not disadvantaged when they come within 10 feet? I mean 5 feet then?
Sorry, I just saw the conversation between Seth and Night Rain. Halberds, you say? No.
No.
So what was your question, Ricardo?
So then the Polar Master feat would be the one that would.
If they come within 10, you can, if they move within 10 feet of you, that's your attack opportunity range.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to wait for people to try to leave your range.
Blaze needs more chaos. Perfect. Don't at me up.
So here's the other questions that Liz.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lynn, the Dragonelle,
Okay.
Lynn, has named it after Krillin.
Okay.
Really far outside.
Yeah.
Has flyby.
Okay.
So no, no opportunity attacks when he flies out of range. Would that count with me?
Okay, now
On the back
that's
of
the,
him,
so
or-
here's the thing. Because of how a true Dragonelle is, yours is that lesser form that it's because Dragonelle's like a huge creature.
Well, it says large.
I've seen the miniatures. That thing's bigger than large.
No, this said. Oh, I have fizz bands.
Yeah.
Large dragon, typically neutral, and all the stats.
Yeah.
Large dragon.
No, it's just that the miniature for that thing, the base is a huge size base. And this thing's like, I'll bring it shows it's massive. Now what's your question about flyby?
It has flyby.
Yes.
Would that stack with me? With it on its back, or
Well, okay, so so the way mounted combat works in 5e, well, let me rephrase it. The way I do mounted combat in 5e,
I saw a lot of stuff on it.
they can attempt to hit your steed, or they can try to target attack you at disadvantage. Because the thought being you have the higher position, it sounds cruel, but you can maneuver your steed in the way of the attack.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
causing a disadvantage.
Yeah, that because if they hit your dragon, it's normal attack. If they attempt to hit you, that attacks a disadvantage. Also, if you're within 5 feet of someone while mounted and making a melee attack, or in your case 10 feet because the pole, you have advantage on the attack because you're elevated.
As a great man once said, I have the high ground. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well,
Are they back yet?
I keep you talk first.
Tiki tick.
Well, I guess we'll just push on the three of you then.
I could ask you more common
Yeah.
questions.
That's what yeah.
So, okay. Oh, there he is. So, if Ricardo is on the horse
Okay.
and he's fighting the enemy,
What kind of sandwich did
and
you
the
get?
horse has flyby,
See,
so
I never
Ricardo
get in the
comes in,
concerts, just 'cause,
attacks. 10
all their
feet, attack,
sandwiches
attack,
have things
and
that
then
like
have the thing move out of the way.
they have two or more things on it that I don't like.
Because of flyby, the other enemy can't
I
attack
know,
the
but
horse.
Correct.
It's
But if
pretty
they attempt to
combat
attack you at
when
disadvantage.
it's like three things on it, I'm like,
Yeah.
I hate to ask, because also whenever something's not left off of it, I hate it. So the only thing that has things on there that I'm like, I like everything that's on there. I think it's the New Yorker. But I haven't gotten it yet.
Hold my pole arm and
You
send
can-
close.
I need to
You could always
make lines to do it.
You got the Articuno?
do the classic like a Reuben or a French dip.
So worried that you wouldn't get
French
it.
things in
Just
the
so
one.
worried.
Yeah. So it's just every time my family's like, we want Mexican downstairs, I'm like,
Bring your tea.
yeah, I don't. Well, I try to. This is like the most sugary thing I've had in a while.
All right.
That's why I'm only sipping it. 'Cause I'm like, my tummy's
So
so
now that everyone is back,
Sorry, guys, we had to go, get our Pokemon Master on.
That's okay. You got to go play with your balls. I understand.
You okay?
good. I didn't do anything.
You were thinking against something unstuck.
Yeah. So with that, we'll go ahead and close out the TikTok over here. We're about to jump back into the game. The amazing pocket bar. I love it.
I'm gonna have to download it for my stuff.
They have a sci-fi expansion.
That'll be great whenever I send my players into space. I mean,
What?
you didn't hear that, Night Rain.
Doing a Spelljammer thing?
No, I was just
So,
making,
Oh.
I was making a funny daddy.
one last story, we'll get back in. I ran a GURPS game. Where it started off in high fantasy, like Pathfinder World, Galarian, high fantasy. Then they fixed the ship that was the Silver Mount in Numeria and took it into space, and we had to change nothing of the system. That's how fluid GURPS is.
Nice.
All right. So, as we come back into the story, thank you all for sticking out with us. So, yeah, with that, again, I'm going to introduce another round of introductions for those who are just joining us, starting with our favorite then, Beck.
My name is Beck, and I'm playing Finreal Neferin, the half-elf ranger.
I am Derek. I am playing Sandra Nalo, our drow elf, or our drow cleric rogue.
I'm Seth. I'm playing Kieran Steadybrook, the Halfling Ranger Fighter.
I'm Ben. I'm playing Ricard Karis, the Gem Dragonborn Paladin of Hope.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Nathaniel Lasan, the Human Warlock Rogue.
I'm Ricky. I'm playing Finnegan Tenderfoot, the Halfling Wizard Rogue.
And I am Kenneth, a.k.a. the Game Master, the Grand Poobah,
The doink.
The doink of all this and that.
of all this and that. The illustrious potentate. I am the teller of tales, weaver of fantasy.
What to his tank?
Come on. This double lumpkin, this is the...
I know.
Okay.
That's what I said. He did what to his tank?
So, with that, we will jump back into the story. With Montel having finished up his conversation, heading back into the main fort.
Having had a big bowl of stew.
A good bowl of stew. Ricard, I believe we were at the point where we were about to send an answer back to the message we just received.
Sandra, the Firestorm thing. You can light up.
We can make a big landing strip. I just need to know where you want it.
Out of game, just right outside wherever you kind of like an indicator.
So there is a small, like, it's not really a village, but it's a small dock area, not that far from the fort on the shoreline. There's probably 300-400 yards between the fort and that docking area. There's an area to the north, it's kind of flat, open, tundra-esque. The main thing is you don't really know where they currently are. So you need to find a way to get to their location to know where to put up the LZ.
Is there a high position?
Send up a flare.
I'll climb up to some high position and tell you what I see.
In a blizzard.
I need the fresh air.
Finral, will you ride out with me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm just trying to be useful.
Sandra and everybody.
It's been a
just
while.
Stay. Just head out, and then we'll try to. They're in trouble, and we need to go find them. And I will call them wherever he is to come to me and meet
By
up.
the way, you have a point of inspiration, Seth.
I will call for Seb to meet us.
Alright.
Do I help you?
Huh?
I meant to ask you.
And then
I guess it's a separate conversation.
on the stone, tell Sam we're coming to find you. Try to land safely. Look for the lights.
So as you step outside,
If they're crashing, maybe not tell her to go towards the light, but
Beck also has an idea
okay.
for whenever, like after we get outside,
Gotcha.
when we're going up.
All right. So have you already summoned?
Seth has been around. He hasn't been unsummoned.
Okay. What form is he currently?
He has been in the gold dragon
Gold.
form.
Right, 'cause the-
after
yeah.
that, I haven't
Gotcha,
changed
okay.
since then.
So Finreal, Sev, Ricara.
And Ren will come along too, 'cause
Okay.
since she has advantage on the perception checks
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And we're
Well, she gives you advantage.
She'll give some advantage. And we need to go find them. They're out at sea, about to crash, and we need to go find them. And yeah, we need to go.
All right.
Get on him. Take
So
off.
while the two of them take off, what is everybody else doing?
I'm heading the direction he told me to start heading, and I'm just kind of scanning,
Okay.
scanning in the
Did
direction
you-
they went.
Did you say out loud?
Yeah, all this is out loud. He's kind of panicked at this point. So it's all out loud.
What message is Ricard sending back?
I then told the look for the light, try to land, be safe.
Okay.
Um, can I denote using daylight what kind of color daylight is, or is it just
Daylight is
Daylight.
just daylight.
Yeah, it's just bright lights.
okay?
Make sure you clarify the difference between it and the bonfire that's in the crater.
So just say north. Then look to the northern light.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's what.
So also, did you also want them to send out a flare of some kind to show their position?
Sure, if that's within the words.
Yeah, we'll say it's fine.
The giant center spire.
Yes.
You barely made 15, so yeah, you're
It's got the 4 towers around it that are lower.
About 60 feet. Yeah. It's about the main spire itself.
Is there a large open area on any side of it?
on the main spire
Uh,
or any
like on
yeah.
the ground near it?
There is a large courtyard that surrounds the outer ring. From where the foundations of the spires begin to the outer ring of the wall is maybe about 30, 40 feet. So not a lot of space, but a little bit of space.
Oh, no. Okay. So,
Okay.
spire.
Yeah.
This isn't to scale,
Yeah.
obviously.
So each of the 4 smaller spires around, with that main center spire coming up. If this is the outer wall, it's about 30 feet from
Okay.
the tips of the
Outside of the wall.
Yeah. Buildings. It's buildings. This is a working village as well as a military fort.
Okay. And then how far out?
There's another ring. You have about 100 feet of the buildings, and there's an outer ring. Then it's just like there's the elven camp, just open space.
Okay. The best way, in my mind, for them to see something is going to be high up. So if we can create something that they can see on that tower, we can direct them north, south, east, or west from that point.
Like you guys know the concept of a lighthouse. Hell, you'll fault inside one. Yeah. So that kind of concept is not unfamiliar to all of you.
That would be perfect to know.
Yeah.
So
I'm just wandering into this.
Who-
I have no clue what's going on.
who can? I can't create something to. Not currently. So who has something they can?
I technically could if I know what's going on.
I will quickly relay everything to you.
Cool. Eldritch blast outwards. Press the digitation on the blast to make it red.
You're inside a building.
God damn it! We've done enough halls and roads.
It'll reach the
I
sky
would dimension
eventually.
door to the very top and do
okay,
it.
so you begin moving up the spire to the main. Okay.
I dimension door to the top and do it.
How far can you dimension door?
500 feet.
Okay. So make sure you're good. Okay. You're on about 100 feet.
All right. So from up there, I will travel with him.
Yeah. You just latch on.
What direction? North, south, east, west.
Okay, so
you know,
that's
whatever.
what we're into this point. All right, so I need all of those who are in the air who are watching to make perception checks.
When we are flying up into the air, Finriel would call out in Draconic as loud as he could. Don't quite remember fully. The Halifarox?
The Haliferanox.
The Haliferanox. This way.
Yes.
So what I was going to do, and because
So, yeah, I apologize.
No, I'm just kidding. I was because I suggested it, and people were doing their own things. I'm going wherever the tallest point is.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
Kieran was going to try to go there, and
of course the short
then
people come up with the tall thing.
you know, when they were saying about some sort of light or something, I was going to switch from Finn's bow to my other bow, and I don't think I we haven't said that I had
Yeah.
something set for the day, but I was going to try to set it to either fire or lightning,
Okay.
and
Okay.
just kind of like
Fire off.
shoot into the air for like a
light.
Yeah.
like something.
Okay.
So I don't know if I need to roll any kind of like acrobatics to get to like the top.
No,
I'm trying to get as high as I can.
I'll say it with your skill and what you've been through, you can easily skirt to the top. Because so it's similar to the Jedi Temple in the old Star Wars movies with the 4 spires
Gotcha.
and that one massive central spire. Each of these 4 spires, by the way, have a statue of a gem dragon in some sort of pose on top of it. Crystal, amethyst, emerald, and sapphire. No topaz. And in the central spire is this like open, kind of open air with it on top of it that you can easily go on top of. And, roll me.
I'll roll that perception.
Yeah,
for a
just
second.
roll. Go ahead and everyone roll perception now.
Since
As
I
those
can.
that are up and about.
I'm gonna use that inspiration. I don't want that to be the case. Right here. Let's do a different die. Let's do this one. That's better. That's gonna be a 19.
Okay. On a natural 20, all of you see this massive just explosion. Let me make sure about something real quick. This like massive explosion of lightning just kind of course out through the clouds. And from the direction you see it, it is to your southeast. So if this is straight across from the spire, they're over there. They were heading to the pyre. So that was the ship signaling.
So I was trying to get up close top
Yeah.
to be able to see and be able to relay any of that.
So all three
If
of
they
us
were
are
not
at the top spire together.
you see that? Ah!
Yeah.
You gotta stop jump scaring me like that.
So the 3 of you are just literally just like basically flares, lightning, lights going
And
on.
I'm trying to make enough space to make a 30 by 20 just U of fire.
I'll say that when you get out there, like you explain what's going on, Dragonborn, elves, they start like helping clear area. They're pushing everything around. Now, what are you two? As you two have literally flown up. First of all, roll me animal handling with advantage because as you leave the protection of the spires and the wall, this is a blizzard. This is a stout wind flow.
You said roll what now?
These you two who are flying on creatures. Animal handling with animal handling.
Don't worry about your advantage.
I'm telling you, I don't know who ordered this
With
giant
advantage, with
trampoline.
advantage.
Look, guy, I gotta make an
Where was
order.
that during the fight, man?
It was emotional.
What'd you get?
He got a nat 20.
Yeah, 19 and
23. The two of you easily. It's you know these wind currents. You have been through these storms. This is nothing. The thermals that come off the coastline ridge. You're just riding the thermals again. The two of you, no problem whatsoever, flying up above the city as you see occasionally another just like massive explosion of lightning that it slowly is beginning to turn. From behind you, you see flashes of lightning, of light. Montel's just like.
I'm gonna cast daylight on one of the horns of the dragon elf,
Okay.
and that's like a 30-foot radius.
Yeah.
So, and we're flying towards.
So the two of you are basically going to act as tugboats.
Sure.
Yeah. As you begin flying toward, beneath you, you see this growing line of flame that begins to outline. As like the wind, and I wonder if we can get a little bit more, try to get like some more weather sounds going here. As all this immense snow and pelting rain is driving down on you. Who would make this check? I need a party luck roll. Who wants to make it?
A volunteer's tribute.
I was gonna say the new guy.
And so long.
The new guy. I'm gonna use my blood die. 11. Two ones.
Together.
Some would say an 11 is twice.
From the descending out of the clouds, to the three of you. It's the first like large black shape, but as it descends, you recognize the Wyvern's Rest, the sky ship that you have flown before. But there is no familiar green glow of the Weir Stones. Instead, this massive, multicolored patched balloon appearing to hold it aloft, and off of the back, occasionally a like burst of or gout of fire pushing it forward. You see a similar one kind of like floating up beneath the balloon as it slowly is like beginning to move downward. I need to roll for
Mayday.
Captain.
Flying a tank?
They're trying to shoot down the drone. Oh, they're trying to fly the tank. At this point, Jordan, you managed to finish the massive, the central like 3/4 square of fire. Just like imagine you down there, like you fired up the sword, just doing this motion. So
Just want you to know, we're all rooting for you.
Hard hat.
We're going to land in the middle over there. Surely you can't be serious. I'm serious. And don't call me Shirley.
So, as all of you watch as the familiar sky ship now slowly settling in, at this point it's a few hundred feet in the air above you. From your vantage point, it's actually just above where you are. As you three, you want to remain up here. You want to head down to where it's going to land. You three.
I can't do anything to catch this. I have no magic to be able to do fuck all. I'm going to stay where I'm at, and I'm going to give, like, this is what's happening. I'm giving a high vantage point instructions to everybody.
Hey, would you like to go in the ship?
Yeah, he is.
Excuse me?
I grab him. Are you
He
willing?
is ground
Huh?
control right now.
Dimension door.
Am I what?
If he is willing.
Are you willing to go with him, or do you want to stay on top of the tower?
Fuck it.
You go with him.
It's not the first time he's done it.
Okay.
Not the last.
So you
It's
grab.
more, yes, and Moffat.
That's fair. So, yes, but
Yes, but
you grab the two halflings.
No.
What
I
about
just
my
grab him. He has his own way to get up
Okay,
there.
I'll
okay.
dimension door as well.
All right.
Because I can only carry one person.
Okay. So the two of you, so I like to imagine both of you like grab Kieran under her arm, and then
It goes, stop.
so the three of you appear on the. Actually, I'll pull it down so people can see what it finally looks like. I'm waiting to use this.
Yeah. How hot is this coming in? That's another question I've got to ask.
On her 19 plus skill check.
Okay. Good. I don't have to try risky spells.
You say as I'm
Have
already doing
have the
risky.
two flyers gotten close enough to see anything on deck yet?
The second we land, I swing and punch one tail in the stomach.
So,
Sorry, a force of habit, sort of.
Like I chose not putting in the masks and stuff, just to make it easier to like do the.
You're all right. You're all right. You're all
Yeah, but
right.
there is a large. It's actually about this much bigger than the ship. A balloon above it. Rakara and I'm sorry, you had something to say?
Just go.
You two actually, as this slowly descends, you see a familiar kind of like pale blue and bright purple on the deck. As you recognize the magical sort of residue of Finnegan and Montel. The two of you literally just appear in this like cacophony of people running around like they're getting things prepped to land. At the helm, a familiar half-orc female yelling out commands. Slow the descent! We need more power to the fire! Bring us the thrusters forward more! Just various things trying to pull this in. As the three of you just kind of stand looking around, you hear a kind of a, it's a bit of an entrance, don't you think, my friends? You couldn't have waited for us to come see you?
Well,
If we're like in mile range, I'll mentally send to the people. Where's Halifar? Find Halifar. Is he on the ship?
You turn around and there is a familiar golden-skinned tiefling staring at you.
Since when do I not make a dramatic entrance?
That is fair.
Plus, this isn't the first time I've done this. That's why I got better at it.
yeah, I saw a ship. I had to.
Let's say
I'm a pirate now.
that the ship
Welcome to the group.
was a creature.
Okay.
What size creature would it be?
That is gargantuan. That tonnage is gargantuan.
Well,
So how
I've been
much?
put along. What am I doing?
I know she's yelling about coming in hot. Is she actually coming in hot or not?
No. Like
Okay.
Go ahead.
Essentially, what she's trying to do is, as the fire and as the pressure in the balloon lessens, so it drops downward, she's engaging the thruster so it keeps this sort of momentum
Okay.
at a slow, controlled fall. Have a question?
I have lots of questions.
Brain blast.
No.
So except for the balloon, this is literally
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Okay. Would you count
What are you trying to
these
do?
wings?
Okay.
Would you count those as separate items?
What are you trying to do?
What are you trying to ask that? What do you want to do?
I want to cast animate objects.
Okay.
I can only animate up to huge,
Okay.
so I can't do the ship as a whole.
Look here, Tinkerbell.
Also, this is going to get into far more discussion than you want as to whether a piece of something is
the whole
or a chunk or separate.
Well, let me ask this.
So-
what do you want to do with the wings?
Use them to slow.
Oh, that's what's happening. Like,
She's already in
like,
control.
by the way, you notice that these wings, they like. Ricard, there's a familiar design to those wings. You saw them before. You've seen them on a much smaller size off of a jetpack. So
As have some of us after we watched Ricard shove someone out a window.
yeah. But no,
She jumped.
she is in complete control. The ship is going to be perfectly fine.
You don't need to show off.
Tell me this:
Okay.
the balloon.
Yeah.
How large is it?
It's about a size and a half bigger than the ship.
Oh,
Like to
It's
lift this,
gargantuan plus.
to lift this, that thing is like massive.
If I shoot a bunch of holes so that it shrinks, can I get it to large size?
If Halifar's on the ship, then who jumped off? Who said someone jumped off?
Halifar, did you jump by any chance?
So technically, the boat rocked, and then I went over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
I caught myself after dealing with some things.
Fair enough. I've done that before. That's how I have a skylight in my room.
okay. So
yeah,
what I'll
as
do-
great as this
I'll
recollection
run up
is.
to the bow
Yeah.
and I'll just wait. And if I need to do something, I will.
Gotcha, fair enough. So
Can we see the individuals of like who is
Yes,
on the deck
yes.
or not yet?
you
Okay.
can. Yeah.
Otherwise, I was going to cast a spell because we didn't get an answer.
Like you two basically have almost pulled alongside the ship, acting as tugboats as guides. You see the large 3/4 fire. The ship is slowly turning into bank into. There's little small like flaming sticks down there moving.
You're good. You're good.
You want to see
You're
Sam?
good. You're good.
Sam is actually up. No, Ella. You know, you do not see Sam. You do not see her on the top of the
You're
deck.
good. You're good. The Flying Dutchman.
The three of you who are on, you do hear as Captain Ella like reaches over to this like a brass horning down, and she goes, "Sam, course is good. Begin to reduce speed to the main thrusters." You just kind of hear a voice come back. "I'm working on it, Ella. This thing's a little bit more. It worked better on paper." And she just kind of keeps like moving in.
Does anybody have any paper?
Where is she? Instead of trying to run to wherever Sam is with paper.
So-
I'm just having fun with the rocking going on. I'm enjoying this. This is fun.
Riccara and Finriel, I want you to make perception checks.
Can we use the one that we rolled earlier and wasn't asked for the result?
That's what I'm sorry. That's what I already. Yeah, what was the result from earlier? I apologize.
I
I don't know why I'm
24.
here. I'm
I
doing
burned
my
2
best.
inspirations on it.
Okay,
That's why
okay,
it wasn't
okay.
I don't
good.
remember what I rolled on the
So yeah,
perception.
reroll the.
12.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. So. Then, so who is so you're still standing next to Halifar, correct? Mm-hmm. Kieran, where are you currently?
I'm just shouting, why am I here? Why did you bring me here? Is there something I need to be doing?
I asked if you wanted to come.
So the two,
And I say no.
And I did.
the two of you see Halifar suddenly turn and look back, and this very concerned look on his face. Finriel Sev like kind of rears and spins, and as you beat the 20, you glimpse in a flash of lightning in this massive blizzard a large winged thing in the distance. Halifar's just standing there. Ella, you may want to get this ship down in a hurry. We might be having company very soon. As a loud echoes over the blizzard.
Ah, another puppy. Got it.
No, Mancha.
Friendship.
This is not. This foe is greater than any of you. Finnegan's over there doing.
He's doing
I'm
Pilates.
stretching.
doing his
Doing
stretches.
Am I
Pilates, standing
close
on the
enough
front of
to
the ship.
communicate or shout?
Yeah, you're yeah.
I will shout, what do they see? What's going on? What's...
Ella's like, I thought we lost the thing.
Lost what?
What is it?
At this point,
Dramatic effect, you son of a bitch.
breaking through the clouds is the massive horned head of a purple dragon.
I've been looking for you.
Ella's like, Sam, get us down now, emergency, cut the power, just get us on the ground. You just hear, fuck, hang on, and you just, all of a sudden, as the fire goes out, as the thruster is suddenly cut off, and momentum begins to carry the ship down, and then those wings spread outward, and
Let's do that.
you've seen Galaxy Quest, right?
Yep.
You know the scene at the end where the kid's standing there holding the thing up as the ship. That's you. As the ship is coming in, the wings straining to keep the momentum from overtaking the structural integrity. You all see Ella grab two large levers and pull back as hard as she can. You hear something drop out underneath the ship before the ship bounces. And then again. I need everyone on the ship to roll dexterity savings throws with advantage.
Listen, ooh.
And I'm just like, shit! Run.
Are you the Halloween movie with the things rolling?
Dexterity saving throw.
Wait for me, I've got little legs.
See with timber charge! It's Chubby Dragon! Alright.
20 again?
Yep.
Nice.
So the first hit, you like were thrown up, but as you came down, you grabbed
I'm like
onto
the little
something.
kid on the trampoline with all the big kids around him, and I'm just.
Well, here's the thing. As you grab on, you realize you were grabbed onto the figurehead of this ship. It's like latched onto it.
My home!
What did you roll?
24.
24, you're fine. Again, as it starts to go up, you feel a hand on you and suddenly like pressure as Halifar grabs you. What was yours?
25.
Yeah, as also he grabbed it, like just basically
That's
grabbing
so
both
rude.
of you.
So rude.
You're over there.
No. I rolled a natural 20, and they both still got higher than that.
Look, I don't want to hear it. 35.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fair.
You guys can only roll for
It's what I'm good at. I'm good at
So,
catching myself.
as these large reinforced legs have come out and grabbed onto the ground, that last kind of hit, bringing the ship up before settling it back down. Ella's like, we're on. Sam. She goes to the, Sam, are you okay? You just hear, Ella, the next time I have an idea, slap me. All right, Sam, we have to.
Go tell the elves.
Does that count as an idea?
Go. And then I'm taking off towards the fort.
did y'all piss off?
Hey, we
How
found
far
our
away is
dragon.
The purple dragon?
Yeah.
It's hovering at about
Yeah, that's what
200
we're
feet and climbing upwards.
That's the thing from Elkamas.
And it's climbing up
son of a
above
bitch.
the ship. Just straight up, moving upward, like spiraling upwards.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything that reach that far.
I don't. I need this bitch to try to dive.
It looks like she's like you see Halifar kind of standing there. Goes, we have to get off the ship now. Everyone off this vessel, quickly!
Come on.
Montel, this I don't think you could handle this. You have to get off this ship now.
I got a plan.
Where's the dragon?
Directly up.
200 feet.
So to give you a point of view and a something to react to.
Here's hoping this
So this thing is currently all the way up here,
Perfect.
just circling.
all right, let's hope it
Can I?
let's hope it can get done in 10 minutes. Activating my armor.
Okay.
Are you flying up?
Can I amend my previous statement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sidle up to the ship,
All right.
jump off, and go try to find Sam.
Okay. As
You get her
you
out.
you go running in. Roll me a luck roll. For
15.
You're so lucky.
15.
I don't know why I said that.
Because it's funny.
Need to make that a button.
So, as you go to move into the door, the door's just kind of open. You see a familiar figure comes stumbling out. Black soot across her face, except for where like goggles is out in her eyes. Her red hair disheveled, and she's just kind of staggering. I can't believe the
Grab her. You're beautiful. Let's go.
Don't! Form of inspiration.
That dragon boy
Oh,
just
look at
kidnapped that
look at
man.
that confidence.
Seth, I'm gonna have him veer off, race as quickly as possible
Feels like
towards
Anna
the
in
Elven
front of
camp
me.
Okay.
where the
Just
officers
slowly.
are.
All right.
And as I'm getting close enough, call out the sound, whatever it would be. That would be the high alert.
You have a warden's horn. Like you
I
can
would
hit it as you die. Yeah.
immediately do that to
Okay.
alert them.
So.
Here's the
Roll.
face. Let's go.
See,
Let's go.
you jetpacks up.
Okay.
Oh, that's where we're going. Hop.
I'm gonna just shoot through it. Where's its butt?
As you are sounding that, in front of where the elven camp is, portals open. And you watch as Draconians begin to move out, rushing into the elven camp. You're alert, having roused them enough that by the time they reach there will be a full contingency ready to go. Horns sounding in the main fort. But these Draconians could basically open portals. Something that y'all have an issue doing right now.
No, I'm
Yeah.
You're letting them know as soon as I see that happening.
You see Halifar kind of turn. This point, who all? Everybody's gone off the ship. The ship kind of floated. Where is everybody at currently?
On the ship.
I'm still
On the ship.
technically chasing down where the ship bounced. So, am I in the middle of this summoning portals?
No, they're on the other side approaching
Okay.
the elves. So you would have hit because it bounced 20, 30 feet, bounced, and then finally settled. So you were able to kind of just take off after it.
Are they in between, or if we're here?
Yeah.
Elves are over here.
where'd the-
are they in
where'd the-
between us and the elves?
I had the thingy. Where'd the thingy go?
I don't know.
The pointer thingy.
Here, this pointer thing?
It's right there, but
Oh,
here's this one.
oh, cool. All right. Elven encampment. Portals opening with with Draconians.
Okay.
So they're heading in this direction.
So, you're saying I'm within distance at least here?
Yeah.
Is that 90 feet from us or more?
More from where all that it's going. That's much more than 90 feet. You guys are on the side of the fort. The elven encampment is kind of more on the north, that southern point.
Okay.
So, meanwhile, on the boat, Halifar is just. I'm sorry, on the ship. Thank you. Halifar is just there.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm on a
Is
boat,
staring at Mont.
Captain is good ship.
Thank you. Thank you. Just you have to get, and all of a sudden, a bright blue light appears at the feet between y'all. So he's like, "Get off this ship now!"
Dimension door, pulling him with me. I've been holding on to my last spell slot for this very reason. I was gonna wait for it to dive.
That's not a dive.
It's a laser point.
As a platinum beam cuts down into this thing.
What's that coming from?
The dragon.
Oh, the dragon I'm flying up towards?
Yes. So literally, like the clouds separate as a beam of plasma fires down, striking that.
Like it's like the end of Man of Steel.
Even at the damage that this dragon can do, the ship is damaged. Is on fire. It does not. Well, it hit. Actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, it does mean the things that hit through the balloon. So the balloon is on fire. The ship is slowly starting to list downward. So, what are you doing?
I'm flying straight up to it. Like as I'm getting closer, I was gonna be casting Hunter's Mark on it and start.
Okay, so I think at this point, what we need to do then is roll for initiative.
Did I get Sam off the ship? before?
Yes.
Did my dimension door work for both of us?
Yes, it did. Both of you.
Cool.
I would have Dimension Door. If I was told about the Draconians coming over by the elves, I would have Dimension Door over that way somewhere.
The gods are punishing me.
This is gonna be interesting.
Okay. So, 26 for how far? 12 for the dragon.
Yay!
Finrio.
7.
Okay.
Well,
Sordred?
Finn, it's okay.
17.
You can get to.
3 inspirations.
All right.
That's a bad day.
Kieran.
16.
Rakara.
16.
Who has the higher dex?
We got a comedian over here, folks!
What? Paladins can have high dex. I can't say that without laughing. All right.
They can.
I have
But
seen.
they don't.
I have seen some.
Nathaniel.
Technically, I was
31.
built as a dex paladin.
I rolled a nat 20 and I
Okay.
have plus 11.
Okay.
It's
Finnegan.
It's canon that Ricard and Karen did.
Okay.
Beat the ranger.
There's somebody else in this fight. Sam rolled a 17.
Amazing.
How's that 4-bore rifle?
Ow.
We'll get to that. Okay, so we have Nathaniel, Halifar, then Sorndrin, does PCs take the ties, then Sam, and then Kieran, then Rakara. Then the dragon.
Gotta go fast.
And then the next base class.
Oh my.
I have a +5 and not a 7.
So,
Just a heads up, because the Tony Awards are tonight. Jay Harrison Gee just won Best Actor, being the first non-binary actor to win Best Actor in a musical.
oh, what they win it for?
Some Like It Hot.
Nice.
Nice.
We support the days.
The fan.
Happy June, everybody.
So, just so you know where we would have landed, I would have landed us on top of
Let's do this.
a
Bring the
palisade.
ship over here.
You can move the,
On
the
top
green
of the
side.
I
wall.
didn't see
Yeah.
it.
Move the faker card out of the way.
Okay, yeah, he's over here.
The fake Ricard.
Pretty many though.
Question.
Answer.
Action or bonus action to drink a cup of coffee?
Bonus action.
Cool, I down a cup of coffee.
Where'd you get a cup of coffee?
From the office of the...
You spilled that cup of coffee.
Not
He
the whole
said I
thing.
had enough to be able to get the effect.
He had like, basically he's taking the grounds.
Just buy a magic tumbler.
So what I'm
Jesus.
here is on duty dip.
Exactly, yeah.
Disgusting.
All right.
You wait. This thing's still up in the fucking air. Over the ring. Where would it be more useful? Trying to deal with the Draconians or Dragon? Which one?
Draconians, because you're not gonna solo this drink.
You also don't have a way to stay airborne.
Yeah, no,
Question, Finreal.
you'll never want to fight a
Where's
dragon in
the
the air
acorn?
anyway.
I don't have it anymore because he grew up.
That's what I thought.
He hatched.
We can't plant. You're telling me we can't ride up there and plant it on his back?
That'd be fun.
Cool.
Happy Arbor Day.
How far? You willing to go with me still? Or are you dealing with Dragon?
I thought of
Your choice.
Rocks Brothers.
Someone's got to put that youngster in his place.
Got you.
Oh boy.
What'd you say about me?
So I'm on one side of this fort and the Draconians are on the other?
Correct. About half a mile.
How far is half a mile?
About
22-ish hundred.
Yeah.
Or no, 2,700 feet or so.
we're putting 5,000 feet to a mile.
5,280.
So 2,000 feet.
A little over 2,000 feet. 2,300. Oh,
No,
right.
20,
22.
25 and 25 is 50.
Yeah, thank you.
So it would be 26.
26, yeah. You dumb Americans, why can't you stick to a metric? Okay.
Use kilometers.
I start running.
Okay. You take off running.
Was that right?
Halifar's turn.
Because I don't have enough spell slots for
Uh,
this.
the tiefling is just kind of looks up.
That needs to be a shirt. I don't have enough spell slots to deal with this.
So who all? So you're on the ground next. Who all is on the ground next to the ship currently?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
on the ground with the.
I dimension door 500 feet
Okay, toward.
that way towards the Draconians and the.
So you pop in and turn. It's time to see Montel. Like coming up from like way behind you. Just, like, start walking. All right. So as Halifar just like looks between you, he's, well, no time like the present, huh? As he begins to move forward, looking straight up, it's like, I hate this part. And he leaps upward. As he does, he begins to spin. The green robes around him unfurling in these massive wings. Golden skin stretching and molding into massive scales. As, to no surprise to anyone out of game at this point,
Some people at a game.
Henry doesn't have to keep a secret anymore. It was killing him.
the true form of the Haliferinox, the ancient bronze dragon. You have
What?
an ally in the fight.
Knew it.
And it's just...
I knew it! I just hear it over the ship.
I knew it!
as his
I
massive...
can take on this track.
There's a second one!
So he's going to use a legendary action
It's coming for my ass.
to do a wing attack, though nobody's around to be affected, and move up to his movement speed, which is 80 feet flying. So Kieran, as you're moving upwards, you suddenly feel air pass over you, and these talons grab onto you. As you look up to see this like golden form, this bronze dragon, like suddenly carrying you upward, and in your head you hear a familiar sound, a familiar voice. All right, Kieran, let's kill this son of a bitch.
That's all I. That's all. I just smile.
All right. Sornin, your turn. Go ahead.
This is the crappy thing. I have the least movement out of the entire group because of the situations.
Let them fight.
Let them fight.
Reset the clock.
I really
If we-
don't know
if we
what I
hit
can
how
do for
far
this
with a
situation for
ball,
either of
we
them.
can-
He's 200 feet in the air.
hold up.
I've got a half a mile to go the other direction.
Well, I say he's diving. He is diving down. So at this point, he's passing, getting close to like 150. So this purple dragon is going down, especially because he sees, somebody has challenged him. Kaiju fight. Folks, I've had these dragons put away for a
Wait.
while.
So this dragon's in a full dive.
Yes, wings tucked in,
Good.
outstretched talons.
I am going to yell at Halifar to stop. Because at 90 feet, I can cast Blade Barrier. Which he will go through a fucking shredder.
Okay.
Which will be just 10 feet out of Halifar, in front of Halifar.
So, okay, because essentially they were using their legendary actions to move. I'm going to say that at that, Halifar is going to hear that, look down, and then wings flare out, pulling him back as this purple dragon.
And it says I can do it 100 feet, 20 by 5.
Yeah.
So, just like basically.
It's just like
Just whirling blades.
what's the save on it?
It's a enters the walls area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. Dex save.
I have to pull up the character sheets I've been waiting to pull up.
He pulls up.
Halifar's pretty dope looking dragon.
Start this fight at 9 o'clock.
And he's been here the whole
I'm gonna marry
time.
Halfar. He looks great.
That's
He
a
looks
dope
sexy.
looking dragon.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna marry Halfar. He looks sexy.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I heard you correctly.
You're like, what?
He's
Oh,
carrying
I'll be
you
there.
across
Did
the-
I stutter?
He's in
Yes.
the process of carrying you across the threshold right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 3/4 cover for anybody on the other side of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
My bad.
All right.
So
I
the
want
big
to
dragon.
marry
You've
him.
heard
I want
Halifar's
to
full name.
right across the skies. What?
In case it comes up later, you have heard Halifar's full name because you were
Halifar
right there
Knox.
when I called out to him.
Oh.
All right. Dex save, you said?
Yep. It ain't hard.
Well, the thing is, okay, so here's the cool thing. At this point, this thing has basically reached ancient size. There's some things happening. This is now a full-on ancient dragon. Even at ancient, it is a chromatic purple. Believe it or not, their stats are not as scary as you think. Which is why I chose this one. So 3 plus 11 is a 14.
That's a fail.
He's going to burn they're going to burn a resistance and succeed. That's one down.
So, they'll take half of 6d10.
Yes.
But the question is that for every 5 feet they move through?
Yeah, that would be.
How long is this dragon?
That's about a 50-foot creature.
So that's 10. Would that be 10 saves or just 10 rolls on a single save?
Just 10 rolls on a single save.
Okay.
He doesn't want to burn through all of his legendary resistance right now.
I'm trying to give him the out on that one because that is going to be. Oh. Someone needs the button. That's a
So
lot
just do
of
the
damage.
60-10 times however many.
6d10 times.
10.
Yeah. Now I've got to find where my dice app went.
Use a different app than
I've got several of the apps.
Just Google.
Okay,
Roll
cool.
500 d10s.
If you click roll dice, it
He
just
said
comes up with all those.
6 times
Well, I mean,
10.
it's
So that's
in
yeah.
the beyond
that's going to
app,
be
you know,
60d10 and I'll
one?
cut it in
Beyond.
half for you, Moffat.
That's what I
Okay.
use
How
most of the
much?
time to roll.
60d10s.
Okay.
All right. Want to watch something marvelous?
Jesus.
A phone died because of rolling 60 d10s?
That's why I'm plugged in.
60.
376. Divide that by half.
Okay.
376 in half.
Why not?
188.
Why not just roll 30 d10?
Because that's no fun. It's half damage.
So
Why
how
would
much
I?
was it? 188.
188.
Magical, obviously.
Yes.
And it was difficult terrain, so I don't think they made it all the way through at their full movement speed.
No, they did slow down. That slowed them down.
So, more damage.
More damage!
Legendary action at the end of your turn. The dragon is going to look at you. You watch as its wing, the wings as it's moving through. You see that massive mouth open, and a pinprick of light appears.
I ain't Montel, but I got this shit.
It's a 37 to hit.
Reaction to move 30 feet back. Anticipate attack. The spell you gave me so that my cleric could have a reaction.
That is the most cutting words to any GM. Using the thing that you gave me,
Half your speed.
Still 15.
Okay, alchemy attacks will occur. This is
I love it.
attacks range. You're still in range. I will say this imposes a disadvantage on the roll. So the first roll is a 19.
Natural one.
Well, no, it's a 2. Dirty 20 to hit. Miss.
That's a miss.
It used 2 of its actions to try to do its breath attack. All right.
What's your AC?
22.
Damn, one above me.
All right.
I got 17.
We got
So
20, 21, 22.
Try to hit us, bitch.
I got 17.
So it's
And
Samantha's
dimension
turn. So you watch as Samantha is like looking. No, not the ship. Okay, so the legs will hold it. We have to get the. You see her turn and just for a moment, that fucking thing hit my ship, and she starts moving toward the vessel. She's going to use her full movement. I don't have a miniature, to move up the ladder. Thank you. She's going to move up the ladder. Say 15 feet to go up the ladder. I love that. Yeah, to here.
Use fire.
8. She'll dash to get right here to the controls.
Is that a bazooka?
What's a bazooka?
It's an anti-tank rifle.
She's fine. You bring me down. You see, she like hits something. Come on, for the gods, come on! And she hits it. Right here. Grappling hook pops up. Massive ballista mounted grappling hook.
Someone get that bitch a cannon. Bitch is long cannon.
You just see, Ricardo, get on that grapple cannon.
I can't move my throat.
When's the
last
time this journey had a prostate exam?
Kinky.
All right, so that's Sam.
Very
Kieran,
soon.
you are currently basically being held by Halifar as he's looking up at the dragon. So looks down at you. This massive head. The head almost is literally bigger than your body.
A lot of things are bigger than my body.
You see, he just looks down and goes, "Why do you smell like the Feywilds?"
Is this really the time you want to ask those questions?
That's fair. That's fair. How do you want it?
I got some questions.
Okay.
First thing first.
Is this Kieran?
This is Seth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Asking on Kieran's behalf because Kieran pops out on the fourth wall. He's like, "All right, here's some questions.
Okay.
All right, did I get off my hunter's mark and
Yes,
any
you-
shots going up?
You got the hunter's mark. The shots, I'm going to say no because one, the distance. This
Okay.
thing was essentially before the dive.
2. Do you have the stats and stuff for the bow that I was?
I did. I don't have. Yes, I don't have them with me because I was trying to do the stuff you sent me as well. I want to work that into it.
That's fine. Okay, if I don't have those stats because I assume my bow was using lightning to get their attention, I don't want to use that on this blue dragon, so I'm going to have my sword out.
Purple dragon.
All right, purple.
Purple dragon.
I still have my bow.
Yeah.
I assume I don't. Can you get me up right to it? I mean, how far away are we from it?
At this point, you're about 30 feet from it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to tell Halifar to release me, because I have a fly speed of 40.
I can give you a bit of a push if you need me to.
Sure, go ahead.
As it literally, you suddenly feel yourself like leap upwards and then, poof.
Yes.
Ping pong.
Now, I should have asked you this
Yeah.
in the weeks coming
Yeah,
up.
that's just fine.
Did, over the period of time, I'm not saying how long, has Kieran gained any kind of feat or even leveled up in that time?
What is your current level?
15. It's the same as everyone
The
else.
same as everybody else. Leveling up, no.
Okay.
But I've been thinking on the feet aspect.
Okay, we can talk about that later, but it's just it just mattered in how many times I can attack.
Yeah.
All right, so he gets me up there.
Yep.
I'm going to switch to my high roller's blade,
I'm going to get a miniature I have not used in some time.
which and here's kind of the last question. You said it's now an iron bar blade.
Yes.
Does that give any additional pluses or anything?
You're at a +3 now on it.
It's a +3.
Yes.
Aim your dex instead of your strength.
And when I thought the last story that I apparently just didn't put in your explains where you got it from. You were gifted that by somebody. So as Kieran basically comes flying up, roll me either athletics or acrobatics to grab onto this big bastard.
Athletics or acrobatics? Hey, anyone want to guess which one I'm using? It's acrobatics.
Charisma.
It's acrobatic.
I was about to say
it's
persuasion. Let me get a hold of it. Hold on.
I'm gonna save my inspirations. 14.
Okay. You manage to just kind of grab onto one of the spines, and you are barely hanging on to this thing as it's like fighting and just trying to throw off the blades, trying to move through it.
I lied. Last question.
Okay.
Based off what took my eye
Yes.
and the amount of time, can I switch my favorite enemy from orcs to dragons?
That was the other thing I wanted to give you, aside from the language, was that is your new favorite enemy.
Okay. Which I think only gives me a +2 to
Man,
damage.
So
and,
when
is
we're
it
going-
damage and attacking?
Yes, I believe so.
yeah, it is a 2 attack and damage. So of course, when we're going to fight a bunch of orcs, is now when he switches from orcs to dragons.
And then a dragon
I
shows
think a
up.
dragon is more.
All right.
I'd like to point out,
Alright.
a dragon did show
I'm
up.
attacking.
Yeah,
Alright.
we're attacking.
Natural 20.
You fucking shit.
Natural fucking 20.
Say when?
I was waiting for the harmonize. When?
Why does your dice have just a massive middle finger on that one?
Because thank you.
The first one is the melee crit, if you'd like to read that off for the class.
Plain and simple, this attack deals maximum damage.
Beautiful.
That's an interesting
Here's
question.
the question.
How does the high roller do max damage? That
Because
is an
every time it
infinite
rolls the
loop.
same thing, it adds a dice.
That is an infinite loop.
hadn't thought of No.
I don't know what to.
That is an infinite loop.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, please.
Let me roll a D4 or a D6, and how many times is that? Is how many max damage is it?
I like, we'll go with...
So that it's not infinite.
Yeah. Tell you what.
So we don't pull the ending of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Right?
We'll do... We'll,
Literally.
Yeah. We'll do that.
I found the off switch.
Again. So yeah, I will do that. At this point, I'll go with a D6.
Okay.
But I will also give you narrative control, because at this point, you just took part, like, Did you get 6?
He did.
I got a 6.
At that amount of damage, you're going to put him on the ground. Like, he's falling. I will give you narrative control, Mr. Seth. How does Kieran, he's not, I mean, I'm not going to say you can't. I don't think you'll be able to kill him in a single shot.
Yeah.
But it's enough to bring him to the ground to begin the second part of the
Because
combat.
that doesn't double. That just does
That's
max
just max, yeah.
So that would be like 36.
What's your dice? What dice? No, I mean,
D6.
what dice do you? 6. So that's and 2 at a time.
Yeah, 2d6.
So that would be 6. Yeah.
What?
Well, so
that would be
18,
72.
24.
Yeah.
Because that'd be 12 dice.
And then plus 8, so 80.
80.
All right.
Plus your dex, or do you already add
Oh,
that?
I didn't add that. And that's 5.
So 85.
5
Is that
more.
also plus the high roller bonus and your favorite enemy bonus?
Oh no,
Favorite
that'd be
enemy.
87.
Okay.
Sorry, we
keep
just.
adding.
No, you're fine. You're good.
We hasn't played in a while. We're
Yeah.
trying to help.
All right.
So, you're saying I bring this to the ground?
I will give you narrative control. You know the scene in Lord of the Rings where Theoden is like, bring it down, bring it. You are bringing this to the ground. How do you do it? How do you do it?
Once Halifar shoots me up there and I'm holding on to it, I see a small sliver, and I take advantage of that and flip the blade around and shove it in there to where I'm holding there, and then I just, with all my weight and all my strength, which isn't much, I try to.
You joystick.
I'm just pulling, and like it hits the exact nerve it needs to make it go, to make even the small creature make it go, ow!
You pull the Oliphant's ear, yeah.
Yeah.
So as you do that, this thing which is flying, suddenly its head being pushed this way. As it comes up and turning down, Halifar flying in, grabbing onto this thing, essentially to keep its fall controlled. As you are reaching about 30 feet above ground, Halifar looks at you, jump on me!
And I'll
As you
jump off,
literally leap up, him releasing as you grab onto one of his horns as this thing is now essentially here. All right, bravo. Second attack.
once I get down to it, I'm making my second attack.
You have advantage because it is prone. Prone is a relative term with this thing.
Natural 20. Natural 20.
And as a fighter, he technically has 2 more. attacks
Say
if he
when.
wants.
Win. Guys, I have a lot to make.
He has a lot of pent-up
Make up for
anger
this.
at dragons right
Also, Grimm's not here, so.
now. Somebody has to do it.
Double damage. Any creature within 5 feet of you and your target takes the same damage you deal. Wild swing. So double damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's near him. Unless they crash near me.
No.
And I don't think they crash near me.
Okay. It's 8, 16, 18. Oh, I forgot to add the
Hunter's mark.
D4.
Yeah, Hunter's Mark.
Oh, and Hunter's Mark.
And for the max, yeah.
So, alright, so it's 16, 20, 23, 25 for the favorite enemy. So 25 times 2, 50.
50.
And did you add your dex?
No.
So
60.
60.
Additional 10. Okay.
So are me and Kieran solo a dragon?
I don't know.
Like,
With that help of Halifar
Yeah, right.
to get him there.
Yep.
He's hit 2 20s. You know my rule.
Yep. Have fun.
Is anything else?
I mean, action search.
Yeah.
Again.
Do it.
If I get another natural 20, I'm
Yep.
gonna fucking
I
shit.
know exactly what's gonna happen.
Old school rule.
That's gonna hit. I'm not gonna use an inspiration because that's a 28.
That'll hit. Well, actually, hang on. Let me double check. That does hit, yes. I wasn't. I had to look.
It's a big dragon. We don't have touch AC anymore.
Yeah.
We just have AC.
Okay. Oh,
You know, because you're a champion, right?
yes.
I'll even let it happen. We'll say crit on a 19. I'll let it happen as well.
I can crit on it.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
whatever your special.
I will let you know.
rule.
I have a homebrew
Yeah.
rule.
So
I'll
7
let
plus
it
10,
I think we've
13,
had it happen once.
I don't know if we have. Everybody's got the 3.
21,
I've watched it happen once.
23.
I think we had it.
3?
No. 28. No. I've added that in. I'm sorry. Yeah, 23.
23. Okay. So here's my rule: if you crit 3 times on the same target, that is instant death for them
In the same,
in the same
action.
turn, same action.
Okay.
basically.
So it's because that's essentially you stepped up and 1, 2 spun behead,
Yeah.
like you did the ultimate, finishing move.
That's the vital, and finish.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Kieran. Final attack.
There's a natural 1.
But it's not the high roll, thankfully.
No. So I don't re-roll that.
No. Would you like to try
I'm gonna-
inspiration?
Yeah, I'm going to use an inspiration.
See if you can get it.
Halflings don't get to re-roll the one.
That is technically
That
right.
is true. You are
Just
halfling luck.
It's a 12.
Okay.
So I'll use this inspiration. That's all of it. And re-roll. Oh, you get out of here! You're messing me up! 18.
Ah!
Not there yet.
Okay.
Do I use it? Yeah. Fuck it, why not?
Okay. We don't have a massive army to fight after this. Multiple armies.
Nope. I'm gonna use my last one. I'm going for it.
He
I'm
won.
going for
like
it.
to point out
That's
that's where
freaking carrot.
I'm using
Carrot and stick.
No, I mean, it's not one of
my
Eagle's
bullet.
inspiration or anything.
I
I'd
know.
like to point out there's massive armor and there's 4 of us here.
There's 2 massive armies we have to fight. We have these fuckers coming out of holes.
natural 20.
Yep.
Natural 20. I don't lie. I'm a halfling.
You're a thespian.
Kieran,
It's in my nature.
as you bring to the ground, you leap off of Halifar and land. You go rushing up as this thing slowly staggering to its feet. How do you do it? How does it happen?
I stab back into that same spot,
Okay.
and I just keep stabbing in that spot over and over again.
As this thing rises above you, you're not standing on a barren, snow-covered tundral plain. You're running through a thick, lush forest. Rain pelting around you, but you're not running from it. You're running towards it. You see it reared back, mouth agape, its wings spread as that clawed hand comes up, and you run and leap, stabbing upward. Your blade finds perch as you go in. The purple dragon roaring back, literally picking you up off the ground and swinging you. You go up in the air. You flip your blade around as its head turns, opening wide, and you just straight back down that same spot. Again, you're back in a dark forest. The creature that hurt you, that scared you so bad when you first arrived, you are now mastering it. You are taking it. What it took from you, you'll take from it. As it slams down, the dragon, blood going everywhere. As it slams into the side of the ship, the Gatling firing off, pinning the 2 wings together. It can't fly. And as it finally rears back up, Kieran, you're thrown upward once more. As you pull your sword back, you're no longer where you were. You were back home. You're back where you belong. And this fucker needs to die. As it rears back, purple light filling its mouth for one final attack, you see the spot. Right there. Sometimes it pays to be lucky. As you slam down into its chest. The life leaving its eyes as well done, Kieran Steadyrook.
And then I just turn to Halfar and say, and just point in the direction of the Draconian army and say, "Now them."
And of course, sounds the ship just
Literally just trying to hitch a ride here as the slowest member of the team.
Sorry. First him, then the Draconian.
I'm gonna let y'all do whatever.
Finnegan, standing there, you see Ella, Captain Eleanor, just kind of, whoa. Is anyone? Oh, okay. Oh, hi, Army. Crew, let's go.
Did anyone else do damage to it?
No. Oh, him.
Almost 200 damage, and then I think you did. I don't want to
Tell you
say
what.
your math, but you did about the
Kira.
same.
Let's see.
Like, did I just want to
Let's see. Say when. Let's see what your crit would have been. Say when.
When?
Please be go for the head.
Heroic last stand.
It's always that.
Quadruple max damage. Constitution 18 saving throw, or you fall to 0 HP.
Sorry. What a hell of a way to die.
I got you.
The healer's here.
The healer's here.
So as you're Makara,
I'm on the ship.
you're on the ship.
He's on the shit.
Only a perception check.
I don't like that you said that.
Ren's. I'll have Ren fly off. 12.
12. Okay. Sam has went below decks trying to fix whatever to stop the fires, to repair. Because she says we can get this. I have another balloon. Get the ship back in the air. You see black portal open. A figure, tall,
Black portal where?
at the base of where the dragon lay dead. The figure stepping up to it. What first it looks like a cloak is a pair of wings hooked in front of it. A tail swishing behind it. A large crown of horns. A large draconic white face. That was all you had? You? The offspring of two chromatic emperors? As he reaches in to pulls out something. Fine. The Brotherhood can still use you. The Brotherhood, as he slams his fist into the open wound that Kieran made, will perfect you. The flash of shadows as he's gone. You suddenly see the body of this dragon racked with pain as it convulses and moves before shadow and smoke, much like the Shadowborns you put down earlier, leaves from its mouth. The wings, which were been pinned by the grappling, it unfurls, tattering them. It can't fly. This is not a dragon. This is an unholy aberration. Even Halifar, as he looks back, his eyes going wide.
Turn the ship around.
We have 10 minutes left for the evening. This is not a true Draco Lich, but there's no way we can take this fight in 10 minutes. I'm going to call it here for the evening. Hell of a job. Hell of a welcome back for our dear Halfling Ranger.
Certainly for a month and a half.
So, there be dragons. Yes. By the way, this amazing miniature, thank you to Forge Round. I got this from them. Paint job I did myself. Gorgeous
I don't know
miniature.
where to keep it safely.
The ancient bronze dragon there printed here at the Hive for me. Again, I painted it myself, but the amazing job on the print. There's a version of that has a great white shark on the rock that the dragon's been eating on.
Ooh.
But yeah, if you want, I have pictures of these on my Facebook, so you can get a better look at them. But yeah, a ancient purple dragon. Now I guess an ancient purple
Hey, ancient dead dragon.
Undead.
Undead dragon.
Demi Dracolich. We'll go with the Demi Dracolich.
Demi dead.
Demi dead. Put this here if I can get to it.
Don't worry, Sunderland's around. He will make sure it stays dead next time.
He smells something afoot. He ain't.
Can you pass me the gnome?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Ooh, sorry.
It's all right. So with that, folks, we'll go ahead and end the calls of the evening. We got some time. We can answer a few quick questions. I'll go ahead and turn off the music. Thank you again to Pocket Bard, the amazing sound effects that you guys have. Great ambient music.
Very much so. Very fitting for today.
Very fitting. I loved it.
I love it.
Did you see in chat earlier during Stigande where Lone Star Custom Dice came in?
I did not.
They, as a joke, apparently asked for a recap on what was going on. You don't ask Beck
No,
for a recap.
no, you don't ask
and
Beck
not
for a
expect a paragraph.
Whew. So yeah, we're getting everything put up. Any questions for us this evening? Well, as we have the last kind of 10 minutes here.
Finnegan, fantastic job this combat. Very good.
Thank you. What did I do?
Nothing, just like me.
Oh, don't worry, you guys are coming.
Oh yeah.
So, by the way, Finnegan, as he's running and hears all that shit in the background, is just gonna.
The Matman Savage. You ever come up
start
from the
turning
Dragons
around?
of Rider? Funny you should mention that. In my world, in Perth, where Montel is from, there are things called they're called Dravens, which are they are a mix between a wyvern and a dragon. Think the dragons of Game of Thrones. They have a breath weapon, but they're not the concept of a true dragon. The six limbed kind of dragons. Those do have riders, and there was a chance that a certain member of your party maybe at one time was going to be one.
A dragon rider?
Because he had a uniform.
Immediately back out.
I've stolen the uniform.
But yeah, that's out of game knowledge.
Currently, this one has the Dragon Rider uniform.
Now, I do have a book. It's one of the Midgard books that has a subclass of fighter
Yep.
for Dragon Rider.
Yeah.
And at the end of this campaign, there will be I will allow that to be an official subclass of my world.
What about the Dragon Mask Wizards?
Still working on this.
Still working on the. That's
a little bit
that's a
more,
little iffy. Yeah, I understand that one.
Geeky Lima Bean, thanks
Called
for
a
following.
Dragon
For the
Mask
record,
Wizard.
Dragon
Every
mask?
dragon rider you have going forward,
Like the Tiamat
I,
masks?
Beck the person, but also Finreal, is
Or-
going to claim credit.
It's kind of hard to explain. I'd have to relook through it all.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask, how much damage did Kieran do in 3 attacks? I know I outdamaged him in single attacks, but I'm
Alright.
pretty sure he outdamaged me.
So, go ahead for the hell of it and figure out your quadruple max damage.
So roll the d6. So we know how much dice.
He had rolled 6, didn't he?
No, that
Your,
was
a
on
different
your
one.
monsters. Well, thankfully they're a higher level,
Five.
Matt. So the beefier monsters you kind of like come into
no.
play.
Remember how we did it? Roll the d6 to see how many doubles you made.
Oh,
Because of max
Yeah.
the max damage rule we came up with.
Yeah.
For your dice.
Now, believe it or not, the
6.
You did it again. You rolled another 6.
so
a lot.
I'm actually kind of glad you did that, Seth, because this was like it's a multi-tier fight. There was him in the sky, which would bring him down. You would fight him on the ground, and then he would be resurrected. You would kind of like see the true thing happening. So you saved a lot of time doing that. So I appreciate you, crit fishing on me. I'll give you part of inspiration back, by the way.
Well, it's totally
So,
it's
with
totally
that-
what I wanted to do.
Without any bonuses, extras, freaking Hunter's Mark, 288.
Okay, so we'll say 288.
That's without, and then Dex would be another 20, so that's 300 right there.
Hunter's Mark is a D4, isn't it?
D6.
Yours is a
So that
D6.
would be another
So it's 6
24.
times.
24.
And then.
What's the D4 you roll?
My armor gives me plus a D4 for melee attacks.
Yes.
Okay, so that'd be another 16,
16.
plus another 8 for favored enemy.
Hang on. So 3, 30.
And then you still had
6,
Colossus Slayer you could throw in there.
That's true. I never even thought about
Colossus
that.
Slayer.
52.
So what's your Colossus
Freaking Michael
Slayer?
know my abilities better than me.
That's
a D8.
So that'd be
Another 32?
32.
So 384. 384 plus 320. 384, 323, 701. Still alive.
Huh?
Still alive. But you did 707 points of damage to it. That is over 3/4 of its HP at that time.
I said, bitch.
And then
Whoa.
the almost 200 from the daggers
Yeah.
is what got it super freaking close too.
This your piece?
Store's pin. But yeah, welcome back, Kieran Steadybrook.
We have missed you.
missed you.
And apparently you got the attention of Captain Eleanor now.
He doesn't know. I mean, they know each other.
Yeah. No.
Is he seen
Got
one?
attention.
Yeah. Is he seen one? Sniper Ghost, thanks for the share. I appreciate it. Well, Lauren, hello.
And I'll go through this.
Yes.
And everything.
Let me. Yeah, I will try to find that last page. I think I know where it may be.
Thank you.
I'll
This should
either
be
type it and send it to you over
one more.
Discord, or I'll leave it here.
There it is.
So all I gotta say
My ball press.
is 2 words: giant tortoise.
So here's the thing.
Yep.
I can technically get to this fight in 10 rounds.
I will let you guys know. The Draco Lich is your fight.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
The army, the with your role, there was no disadvantage. They will deal with the Draconians. The Draco Lich is y'all's fight.
Okay.
But I will say,
Well, in that case, hey, you can pick me up.
What's
in
the
terms
matter?
of-
Are you
terms
Catholic
of
sitting
the-
in that 20s tonight, baby.
Huh?
Oh
So
yeah.
what's the matter? Are you
the
slow?
feat that you're
Yeah.
doing.
I don't want to waste spell slots. I only get 3.
That's what I was thinking. You could save. Yeah.
Which gives me
Yeah.
another, which I think.
Well, you can also normally Fate Touch gives advantage on magical saving throws.
I was looking at. I'll send it to you what I.
Or maybe Fate Lineage. I'm not thinking about.
It gives you. I know it gives you.
I think it's against
I think
Charles.
it's charmed. It's the
Okay.
same as
Gives you
being
a
an
plus
elf.
1 to like charisma.
Yeah.
Intelligence.
Cool.
You're never in the
But I'll send you this.
Cool.
Yes, I'm making sure that all the stuff
See,
that I need on
I'm not even mad I didn't burn the inspiration to not be frozen.
Yeah, this is
beginning. It felt fitting
Yeah.
not to.
Actually, you did
Like-
really stand up, huh?
By the way, the voice that said, "That is not him. I am coming," was not the voice of Mormon Car. You've only ever heard that voice one other time. That was when you were, I guess, inaugurated into the Septuum.
Nope, it stays.
Is that the walker?
That's Mythgalder.
I think we actually got.
Roll up. Gotta be up at 5 a.m.
Thank you, sir.
That's always fun.
Oh, no, you can have that. I don't need
Well, thank you much.
You, sir.
Ow! That freaking hurt. That's metal. Ow!
D-force. This will stay here.
All right. So with that, thank you guys. So as we're finishing up for the evening, thank you all so much.
Oh, we're still rolling.
We're still rolling.
Oh God! I was about to tell the audience how much I hated them.
I do have a question.
Yes.
What did you think about the way I played the I cannot interfere?
I liked it. I liked what you were doing. It was
Yeah.
interesting. So to the folks on Twitch and YouTube, thank you guys so much for joining us. Please check me out on TikTok. Like, comment, subscribe, all the cool stuff. I've got a Patreon. I gotta go update my Patreon. It's been a while. But yeah, thank y'all so very, very much. Tune in next week. Same DM time, same D&D channel. Don't forget to check out Stigande, Scars of Midgard at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time on Twitch. Yeah, so thank y'all so very much for joining us this evening, and we will